Trees, we've talked about this. Anything that gets in my way gets removed forcibly. And that was the last one. Look at my flower patch. It's pretty big, and I kind of really hate to say this, but I don't think it's big enough. There's so many things to abuse, I don't even know where to start. Did you know weeds are worth money? And there's like 1,000,000 of them in my kingdom. And if you pick every single one on your island, they're worth $4,700, which is enough to buy the little one. So let's go see if we can build a dungeon. Doesn't look like we can, but we can make a campfire, and placing a creature on that would also be amusing. Before we do anything, we need a net. And a campfire, just in case. Nice and easy, no need to panic, and got him. I'm gonna need a bigger net. Look how excited he is, because he found a boot in the river. Literal garbage. Now this dummy, he wants all my creatures I've been finding. Apparently I get a reward for it, so it's gotta be worth it. And he rewarded me with a recipe for an axe, which isn't something that anyone should ever do, because now we're gonna find out the value of the trees on the island. But apparently you can just hit them 3 times and they don't actually fall down. My axe broke after like 6 trees. I'm gonna have to make a lot of axes. But I did manage to find enough wood for a slingshot. Just need to find someone moving very slowly. I could probably time this. Oh. Well, I tried. Hopefully it falls down and hits it. Since all my schemes are currently failing, we're gonna buy some flowers. Because apparently if you plant different plants beside each other, they'll cross-pollinate and make new things, so hopefully these will turn into something interesting eventually. And it turns out that all my screwing around so far actually got me the mouse I need to pay for my moving fees. And I want to build a house, but that's gonna take $98,000. And without any further consideration, we're gonna do it. And all the best houses have black roofs. Don't let anyone tell you different. Wow, that $98,000 really goes a long ways. What am I supposed to do until tomorrow? Is your mom available? While I'm waiting, I'm gonna make a workbench of my own. It's not that I don't like you guys, it's just that I don't want to spend any more time near you. Well, at least if there's one thing I can do on this lonely little island, it's catch crabs. So it looks like my way to progress is doing all of these things. Spend bells to buy items, seashells, catch bugs, etc. Chop down trees is one I can do. And all I need for hopefully some better tools is 3,000 miles. Currently 1,350, that should be easy. Almost as easy as building a house, which I'm still very patiently waiting for. So after catching 1 whole sea bass, that's enough to get my upgraded tools. This had better be worth it, though I'll probably have to wait till tomorrow to get them. Thank God I could make a better watering can. I was really worried about my first one wearing out. Now if I can't deforest the whole goddamn island with this, I've wasted my time. Alright, let's see how this goes. Only took 3 swings to chop down a tree. So then... Is he running? Get back here. No, he's after the bug. Perfect, I'm after him. It's tricky to get in that proper range where you can hit him but not talk to him. Yeah, there we go. I didn't even react. That's dumb. This is probably a short-sighted decision, but I want wood. Is that a tarantula? I definitely need to give this to someone. Come here. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, it fights back. I'm nothing but kind to this island and everything wants to hurt me. I've grinded up another 2,500 points. Do we think a tool ring is essential? Apparently it is. 800 points, what have I got to lose? Now, I can go like this and just pick the tool I want instead of very slowly scrolling through each and every one. The only thing I can afford now that seems interesting is a Nook Miles ticket. No idea what that does, but we're gonna buy it. Please bring it with you to the Polygamy Airport when you want to redeem it. Hopefully this guy's awake. Hi there, I'm running out of resources to exploit on this island, was hoping to try another. Should be open for flights tomorrow. What am I supposed to do till then? I've only got so many trees left. Did you know that 5 tree branches are worth $25? But if you turn those 5 branches into a fishing rod, they're worth $100. 4 times as much. So I know what I'm doing with the rest of my night. The trick is, you gotta shake them from all sides. Good news though, I caught a second boot. Now I can have a pair. To be honest, I mostly just wanted the space in my inventory. So now we have that. 40 bells? Absolutely. Any money to get rid of that garbage. You see what I see? I can get my revenge. If only my net hadn't broken. Not to worry, I was able to make a new one now to very slowly run away from the spider. He looks kind of angry. Maybe if I let him come to me. Easy does it. Gotcha. Nope, I missed. Well, eventually I will catch a spider. While I was screwing around playing the waiting game, I found a red snapper that's worth $3,000. Look who's back. It's time for redemption. This time I actually gotta land the net on top of it and not get bitten. Not to worry, little friend. Gotcha. Finally. That's gotta be worth a few bucks just based on how dangerous it is. 8,000 bells for a single spider? Absolutely, I'm just gonna hunt those from now on. Another valuable one to watch out for is a football fish worth 2,500. So these add up pretty fast. It's 12:02 a.m. Where's my house? I spent the last 35 hours grinding up $100,000 to pay for my house, which you haven't built yet. I was really banking on the fact that my house would be done today and then I'd be able to continue progress. Now I don't know what to do. I've got $100,000 that I grinded in a day and nothing to do with it. What do you think it would be like to plant $50,000 worth of flowers? Probably pretty terrible, but what else am I gonna do at 12:30 a.m. on a Friday night? And bulk here has a meaning of 5 at a time. I don't actually get to choose a number. I can just buy 5 at a time. Logistically, this is going to be harder than I thought. You can have a maximum stack of 10 for some reason. So I'm going to go plant all these, come back, buy some more, go plant those, come back, buy some more, and go plant those. On the bright side, the planting side of this really isn't actually so bad because I can plant 6, 7, 8 at a time and I don't even have to move. That's 1/3 of them planted already. Not as big as I thought it would be, but I guess we are only 1/3 of the way there. And I've come to realize these trees are going to block my view. They've got to go. And just bought another $16,000 worth. How long do you think it takes these to grow? That is definitely not the face of a happy farmer. And 2/3 planted. Now it's starting to get pretty big. And here it is, the final bag. Over $50,000 spent. These guys sure appreciate the flowers. I'm getting so many of these points. But I am also like 10,000% of this island's economy, and somehow that's all in flowers. Trees, we've talked about this. Anything that gets in my way gets removed forcibly. And that was the last one. Look at my flower patch. It's pretty big, and I kind of really hate to say this, but I don't think it's big enough. But it is at least big enough for 2,000 more points. Alright, so here's the plan now. We spend 5,000 of our miles on this, which is going to give us more space in our inventory, which means extra room for the rest of my $100,000 flower planting. That was it. The final flower seeds of my $100,000. I have $537 left over. I'll spend that tomorrow. Now I've just got to find a place to plant all these. Of all the things I could be doing with my time, this is what I choose to do with it. I haven't had this much fun since my birthday. But these are the final 4 seeds, so with that, we're done. $100,000 worth of seeds planted. All at nighttime too, because, well, that's just kind of the way it worked out, but that looks like this. If I slowly run around it, we're gonna have a lot of flowers here in, I don't know, a few days, a month, I have no idea. But this was clearly, obviously, very much worth my time, one way or another, and we've earned so many miles, we're probably actually way ahead of where we should be right now, because we've got 6,300 miles left over, and we've made some expensive purchases. I mean, how much would it cost to cover the entire island? Looks like my flowers are probably going to take more than 1 day to grow. I'm not actually watering all of these, by the way. I just wanted to make it look good. Oh no, I guess that's it for my flimsy watering can. Whatever will I do now? Maybe enjoy my new house. It's finally done. This is what my $100,000 investment gets me. It's the same as my tent. But maybe more importantly, we also got ourselves a shovel, which means I can finally dig up garbage on the beach. Hey, I'm going to need you to move. You might be lying on treasure. I want you to know there's something dead on the edge of the beach. I would deal with it myself, but I'm far too busy. With gold glowing spots. Please be something good. 1,000 bells? That is actually pretty good for me considering I'm pretty broke after my stupid little adventure last night. And my new owl friend here wants me to bring every creature I can find him. Definitely because he doesn't want to eat them. Yeah, about that house, I got tired of waiting for it, so I spent all the money on flowers. That's understandable. But the biggest thing I got so far today is a vaulting pole, so I can cross the river and see the rest of my island. Because if I can earn $100,000 on my little part of the island, imagine what I can do with the rest. So I guess that's what my flowers are going to look like if and when they're ever done. So far, it's really just more of the same. Even the fish are the same so far. So I can cross the streams now, but I still can't get up there to where all the fun stuff is. My hungry owl friend needs 14 more things to open his museum. This would be so much less painful if I could donate more than 1 thing at a time than have to hear a story about it. 6 hours later, I now need 8 more things to open a museum. Hopefully there's a point to that. But maybe more importantly overall, little Timmy here wants to build a shop. I like the idea of a shop because I can buy stuff I need that way. I just need to find him a whole bunch of stuff that I don't remember what it is. There was some metal, some wood, and some other stuff. Did you know you get miles for taking care of flowers? I'm just going to water all these flowers. I'm going to get like 80,000 points for this because I've got 100 million flowers. These are going to be the most evenly watered flowers you've seen in your entire life. What's maybe the downside to that is you can't water a lot before it breaks and it takes 5 softwood. It's pretty expensive. So after watering a total of 50, I get another 500 points. Which puts me comfortably over 10,000 for now. This is something I can mess with later because that's going to get me a ton of points, but it's going to take some valuable time. Well, now that I've made myself some fresh tools, let's go strip mine someone else's island. Oh, I didn't have to make new tools before I got here. But I see lots of fun stuff. Look at all these flowers. I didn't have to plant all mine. If it's new to me, I'm cutting it down and taking it home. Well, aside from the coconuts and flowers, there's not much here that I can't find on my own island. So I'd best just get to work cutting down every goddamn tree on this island. And look how fast I can cut down the trees when I'm well fed. That feels much better. Tell them it was me. Well, I even got the flowers, so I think this place is about tapped. So that island was worth 2,120 bells. I didn't sell everything, but I need the ingredients for my new shop. The one island did give me enough wood to donate 30 of those. I just need 30 pieces of the other wood plus iron, which is going to be a nightmare. But since I do have all those points, we can go back to the islands a few times and exploit their resources again and again. Okay, here's the problem with collecting iron. I hit the rock once, it breaks. It sometimes gives me 1 iron, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm potentially spending 2,000 miles for 1 piece of iron, maybe even 0. These 2 fish are the final ones I need for my museum donations. Let me guess, that's gonna take at least 1 more day to complete. I made the museum thing happen. Can I just have a free pass in his shop? Here's the problem. I currently have 11 iron nuggets. I need 30 total, so I need another 19. I can maybe get a few on each island at best, but that's going to cost me 2,000 miles. That's 2,000 miles each, so I probably have enough for between 6 and 12 currently. So in order to get the iron, it's going to take me many extra hours that I just don't have right now. So we're going to have to cover that next time. We got a dark hallway in the back. It goes to my dungeon. Oh good, I wanted more loading screens in my house. So now I have 2 rooms. 2 very well furnished rooms. We're gonna need a lot more resources, and the best way to get those is gonna be from other islands. But that's gonna add up pretty quickly at 2,000 miles per ticket. Luckily for me, I have all these flowers I can be watering. I mean, it's probably worth it. In another 50, I'll probably get a reward of 2,000 miles. The downside to that is my watering can doesn't last very long at all. So we're gonna go through a lot of wood. Luckily, that is one of the things I can get on the islands when I'm there. My reward for all that watering, 1,000 miles. Not quite as many as I'd hoped for. And I gotta water another 400 of those, so we're gonna take a little break for now. Because I'm pretty sure I have 400 flowers I can water, I just really don't want to. Now we just hope for a rare island covered in tarantulas. One thing this one island does have is a lot of emperor butterflies. I don't know how valuable they are, but I'm sure they're fairly. Look at them all, they're everywhere. Hope these are worth something. And a trick that many people in the comments told me about, dig 2 holes beside a rock. Then hit that rock with your shovel 8 times in a row, very quickly. As long as your hunger meter isn't up till 10, the rock won't break and you can find tons of iron. There's 5 pieces right there. That's a lot of what I need. It's not professional help, but it's as close as I'm gonna get. 4 irons from my next rock, and 1 from the next one because it's a dud. And we don't even need to talk about what happened with this one. I'm understanding these might be quite valuable, so I'm gonna catch as many of them as I possibly can. I really hope this was actually worth it, but they probably love garbage on this island anyway. So what are 27 monarch butterflies worth? Did I say monarch? I meant emperor. 108,000 bells. So just like that, we're richer than we were yesterday before our little flower investment. So that's a pretty good start. But now to find out if all of the islands are like that. And this island is a little bit less exciting. I was going to say that there's not even a weirdo wandering around, but that would be incorrect. As boring as this island was, after hitting this rock with a shovel, I've got the ore I need for a shop. Please build me a shop and never ask for anything again. But let's try it again. There's got to be some cool stuff on some of these islands. I just realized he's not actually typing. He can't reach a computer. I hope he's not the one flying the plane. This island seems to have pear trees on it. And not really much else, so I'm already bored. And let's do one more island. So far, I just see a lot of rocks. Wait a sec. I just saw many tarantulas scurry away, so I gotta go make a net and then get back to those guys. I think the trick for this island is gonna be to not get bitten by tarantulas. There's at least 2 on this island so far. Got them. They're definitely hard to see, but there's actually 3 of them right now that I can see. I've just gotta be very careful how I do it. Oh, never mind. If you miss by an inch, they'll still get you. Oh, but I only start back here. I thought they were gonna have to take me back. Well, since that's the case, I'll just take a little bit more of an aggressive approach. This is gonna work way better anyway. Uh-oh. One of my feet might be a bit of a problem. Can we run away? Nope. This guy's probably wondering what's wrong with me. Passing out again and again and again. The secret to catching them is actually waiting until there's one that's so far away from the others, they're not immediately gonna charge you as soon as that happens. One at a time, very patiently. You think this is enough tarantulas? Probably gonna make some profit on this one. It's just a shame I don't have more room in my inventory to catch the rest of these. At any one time, there's 3, 4, 5 tarantulas on this island just waiting to be plucked. But I can't really afford to drop anything else. So a single visit to Tarantula Island has yielded me $224,000. So that puts us up to almost $350,000 already, just because of those 2 island visits. They even let me pick the location of the shop, which is gonna be right here where I normally buy stuff, because that's easy to remember. And then, I guess it's just back to the waiting game, my favorite. A short day later, and I think my flowers are done. Are they? No, they might be almost done. I think we can have one more day on these, but they're starting to look pretty good. At least, oh, never mind. We have an idiot. He ran all the way over here to tell me about emotions and reactions. Here's a reaction, and this must be my new shop. It even comes with a hedgehog. How much for that thing? So far, it's a little underwhelming. I just look at all the garbage while they wander around and stare at me very closely. And then they have more of the same usual recipes, but with extra flower varieties. So, that was worth my investment. Wasn't there a person here yesterday? And we have whatever this is now. A turnip dealer? Maybe I can actually plant something worthwhile now. He's selling turnips and I think I might have to buy like a lot. And this idiot has promised 3 people homes on the island. He's not prepared to do that, so he's gonna look even stupider than he is. But he just wants me to do all the work, so that's fine. So do we think that $350,000 is too much for turnips? 2,900 turnips. Do we have enough room on the island to plant that? Let's start with 1,000 turnips. That's only gonna cost $110,000 and see if we even have room for that. If we do, great. Wait, Do I not even plant these? Do I just wait for them to change value? If that's the case, I'll go buy a bunch more. Another 1900 turnips. Before doing my research, yeah, give me all of them. Doesn't really leave me a lot of room for doing other things though, does it? And wouldn't you know it, on Sundays, the day you buy the turnips, they won't buy the turnips. So I have to wait. I don't think we have a choice at this point. I can't really do anything else until I unload these turnips, so I'm doing some time traveling. Hey look, the dead guy's back. Now the flowers are done. One day later. They look pretty good. I'm gonna leave them here for now, mostly because I don't want to pick them all. So I'm pretty sure I was buying those turnips for $110 per 10, so that should be 11 per turnip. And he's apparently buying for 74 per turnip. Am I understanding this correctly? Because that's a huge profit already. Alright, after reading up on it, he simply means the same price for the same amount. So 74 compared to the 110 I paid for them is a pretty big loss, so we're going to try it again tomorrow and then the next day until we make money. And it's even worse at a hilarious 69 bells per turnip. We've got our first rainy day, so obviously that means turnip prices are going to be through the roof. And ooh, no time for you. I've got turnips to do. The price is getting worse every day. I think they're working with the turnip lady. They're just going to buy them from me for half the price and sell them right back to her and make me buy them again. Did any of my flowers do anything fun? It doesn't really look like it, does it? Look at that. We finally made a profit. 19 bells per turnip. Given the amount of turnips we have, that's actually a pretty decent profit. And no one ever went broke taking profit. So we just turned 345,000 into 374,000 bells. I just need to keep an eye on turnip prices every day now to see how high it can actually go. And since I'm completely directionless because I don't want to help the other islanders, let's go explore a new island. Hopefully we get something exciting. We could probably look at the museum too. It's been done for a while. I put my exhibit out front because I'm going to make my own museum to rival this one. This is quite a museum for like an abandoned island. Are you awake? Hello, sir. And he'll finally take more than one donation at a time. You know what? This would actually look pretty good if I could find the fish. But that's going to take a lot of effort. And right now, I'm not really in a fishing mood. Still working on that house loan, by the way. All right, caffeinated bird, we're going flying. Looks like we got another island of pears. And really mostly just an island of pears. So this maybe really wasn't worth the 2,000 miles I spent on it. Hey, stupid, take me home now. Well, since I don't really feel like building other people their houses or buying any clothes, I might as well just make even more money with the turnip dealer. And they're even cheaper today, 94 bells each as opposed to 110 last time. Given the price, I could buy 2,800 turnips currently. If I throw them on the ground, will they stay there or are they gonna disappear? I noticed my bamboo shoots here and so is this weed I pulled up like weeks ago, so maybe I'll be able to do that. I mean, the worst that could happen is I'll just lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. Just a typical day for me on the island. And there we are, $400,000 spent on turnips. Let's hope we find some profit. Might have had a small miscalculation when it came to my turnips. Apparently the game doesn't like if you go back in time then forward in time. It doesn't really know what to do, so it killed all of my turnips. And it seems no amount of time traveling is going to fix my turnip problem. But I guess that's what I get for trying to cheat. So anyone out there who would like to employ a similar strategy, make sure you don't go back in time at all if you're using the turnip thing. I'll be honest with you guys, these turnips aren't the freshest, but they're probably still worth their full price. I mean, the fact that they'll give me anything for them, I'll take right now because that's all the money I have. And wouldn't you know it, the price for turnips today is 120 bells, so we would have made 33% profit on that. So instead of being broke, we would be up to 530,000 bells. Might again be just a little while before I can pay for that house. Luckily for me, I did very wisely make a $100,000 flower investment a while back, so maybe we'll start to take some of that money. I mean, even if they're not worth a lot, there's so many of them that's gotta add up to something. Or maybe this will just be a huge waste of time. Well, my pockets are full, but I got about half of them picked, so let's go find out the value of roughly half. A massive 10,000 bells. I could make more fishing. If I found 2 tarantulas, I would make almost double the value. So the entire thing would be worth about 20,000 bells. That was 1/5 of my initial investment of buying all the seeds. I was kind of hoping for a lot more than that way I could start to make some money again. Finally have something worth making. Now I can do whatever I want and people won't know who it is. I just spent the very last of my Nook miles on a ticket to another island. Hopefully this one's going to be another valuable one. Other than that, I'm actually going to have to work for my money, and I really don't want to do that. Well, it's another fine island, but definitely not one of immense value. That's probably because I used up all my luck earlier of finding the other valuable islands. But a message bottle with a recipe, now we're in luck. I can make a cardboard bed, just what a leafy weirdo always wanted. I've learned that you actually gain interest from your bank if your money's in the bank. And since I have the power to control time, this could work to my advantage. So we're going to start with the modest 20,000 bells. Boy, 60 years years really takes it. Nope, never mind. We're good again. But yeah, it's been 60 years, so hopefully the bank has earned me some money. Bank of Nook is the only mail I care about. You earned $100,000 in interest. Well, that was easy. Plus a bunch of letters from mom and stuff, but nothing important, obviously. So there we go. It's that easy. Now I've just got to do that like 10 times and I'll finally have the $1 million I've been wanting this whole time. Are you still here? It's been like 800 years. I was hoping we'd have a replacement by now. Or better yet, no one at all. And there it is, we finally did it. We cheated pretty badly, but we did it. $1,019,000. All in a game where money seems largely irrelevant. And I should check this box more often. Look at all the iron that's in here. But then again, it has been like 600 years legitimately, so that might not be the case. Well, it's probably about time we pay off this house before I lose all my money again. Not sure if that means anything at all to the progress of the game, but you would think it might. A bigger house, you say? For only $200,000, I'm in. So, is that a roach? I got bugs in my house, so that's an improvement. It's also quite a bit bigger, so I can store my switch, bed, lantern, radio, and box. Pretty good furniture. I'd say I'm a minimalist, but I'm just lazy. The house is great and all, but could I maybe have one with more than one room? A bathroom would be nice. So we'll spend $200,000 on this. Oh, he can finally offer me a 2-room house. This time it's only $350,000. Absolutely. And our new house is done, though it looks pretty much the same from the outside. Hopefully the inside is bigger. If I don't have more than one room, thank you. We got a dark hallway in the back. It goes to my dungeon. Oh good, I wanted more loading screens in my house. So now I have 2 rooms. 2 very well furnished rooms. And I worked so hard for all this money. 548,000 bells, where am I supposed to get that kind of money? Still no changes on the outside? We have a window on the left. That might be new. Because we have a room on the left. Let me guess. Loading screen, then empty box. Must be some kind of psychic. Well, as much as I'd like to keep adding on rooms to the house, I've got to move on to other projects. Well, I still managed to make 1 million bells despite my setbacks. Could someone in the comments let me know what I'm supposed to be doing next? I feel like I'm just bringing people to the island and collecting basic resources to build them houses. Is that what I'm doing? Unfortunately, the way forward is helping you. So what should I do? He wants a bridge. That seems easy enough. Oh, we need a few quick ingredients? Why is the game spitting money out of the ground? You know what? I don't need that stuff anyway. And I understand I can grow a money tree here. So let's just take that money and put it right back in there. My island is already out of garbage, let's go find a new one. Unless the lost and found happens to have some of what I need, which is clay. So here's an absolute top quality bridge made out of clay and stones, built by myself. And that's gonna go right here because it's easy. Seriously? I already built the damn bridge, that was the whole point of the workbench. I guess it'd be super hard to take it out of my pocket and set it right here between the land masses. I just realized how he looks right now. That's terrifying. And since I'm currently mad at my island, let's go destroy another one. Can we go to one that's less rainy? So I'll just take your wood and be on my way. That was a really lucky rock. 6 pieces of iron. That was the second best time I've ever had slapping a rock. Not this time, Wasp. I've taken all I want from this one. You may take me home. I'm just hoping all this wood, stone, and iron is enough to build me whatever the mayor is going to want me to do. Can I have your job? Because I feel like it's easier to be the one that's asking everyone to do stuff rather than being the one actually doing the stuff. Free houses coming up. I got a recipe for a ladder. Why would they give me that and then tell me I need to find places for people's houses? But I don't really want any more people on my side of the island. So after very patiently waiting for tomorrow, we can find a home for these idiots so far away I'll never have to see them. Give it all you got, says the guy who just chased me all the way across the island. Trees are overrated anyway, they're all over all the other islands. They even numbered them. That's gonna make the people so much easier to remember. Names are hard. What's gonna be even harder is making furniture for all these people. They didn't even do that for me and I'm the most important person on the island. At least their stuff is pretty straightforward to build, although expensive. So right away I have those 3 items. Oh, but let me manually select them out of the menu for you. Luckily most of everything just needs wood so far, with only the occasional iron nugget. They're gonna love it. That'll be 400,000 bells, please. For some things, I've got to make the time to craft one thing, and then craft that into something else because let's take more time. This one wants a wreath. Where am I going to find 9 flowers? Maybe somewhere here? As long as these are the right kind of flowers. Of course they're not. I plant 5,000 flowers and they're not the right ones. So we're gonna need one of these, because apparently my flowers just aren't good enough. Probably should have checked again to see what flowers I actually need, so I was gonna pick them all. Maybe whatever this is made this whole thing worthwhile. I picked up a lost item. I think you mean treasure. I found treasure. This is all a lot bigger and different. I was hoping to sell this item I crafted, but it appears you don't want it. Alright, well, backpack space is limited, so let's let the sea have this. We're not even allowed to drop it. Someone lost this. Really? A lost item? That's weird. I figured someone placed it there so I would have it. That's a wrap for house number 2. Someone's gonna be so lucky to sleep on a bale of hay. And just like that, all of the houses are done. Are the new idiots here yet? Because I want to set the tone early. Finally a reward for building 3 people houses and furniture, more than I even own. Fencing? Yeah, I could probably find a use for this. They're too hard to find sometimes, this way I know where they are at all times. Yeah, that's much better. Hey, a new person. I'm the one they warned you about. Seriously? I gathered the resources for 3 houses in a single day and they can't even build them. Well, I'll see you guys in a couple days. I just love how I get to see my petting zoo every time I start the game. There, that's better. And I basically own these because I paid for them. My empire grows one pink panda at a time. I'm ready for more chores now, Mayor. I get to participate in a workshop, just the kind of thing I love. I actually have some experience in this department. I even started building my own custom petting zoo. Why doesn't anyone ever lose anything good? So I need to build a wooden wardrobe. Then we get to pull it out, and then choose what kind of wood we want. We want blue wood. We did it! Let me guess, that'll cost me 500,000 bells. I regret bringing this one here, but this blue wardrobe is gonna look great, right out here in the middle of nowhere. Mayor, I lost the thing I built. Can I have another one? You've accomplished so much. I'm sure you can find your own ways of having fun and living your best life. I don't think you want me to do that. You probably want to keep me pretty busy here or things are going to fall apart really fast. Especially if this is what I have to deal with every day. And someone pointed out to me that if you upgrade your watering can, you can water more than one thing at a time. Because there's just nothing I love more than watering. So if you need me for the next hour, I'll be right here watering stuff, hoping to get more miles. Can somebody count how many flowers I have? It would be nice to know. Hey look, blue flowers. They actually made new ones for me. So, what are they? And how do I sell them? Blue windflowers. And my money tree's done. How much should I get? I think it's 1,000 at a time. Yeah, probably get 3 times our initial investment. My watering can broke, and I'm overwatering. We'll find something else to amuse ourselves with. So is this new blue flower valuable? 80 bells for a single flower. I guess that's lots. And after all that progress, I've got some miles to burn. So let's try our luck for another rare island. I have the option to visit Harv's island now, but I don't want to go see Harv. So far this one looks like nothing special, but they all did it first until I took a look around. Pretty generic island, all of the same stuff I have on mine. Can I have a refund since you brought me to a bad island? Several days later, look who decided he could build himself a nice mansion. And a new victim! Probably spent all the money I gave him for the house to build this. So now I have 2 of you to do chores for. Next on our agenda, a campsite. Finally, someone who wants to hear my concerns. Let's discuss a resident. It's Coach. He follows me all over the island and annoys me. So I guess that's the way he talks? Yeah, you talk to him. Tell him he's not allowed to leave his pen. Those flowers are really taking off fast. And I thought a campsite would be easy to build because it's a campsite. You basically just point and go, that's it. But I need all that stuff. But not to worry, I'm a professional. We're ready to craft. We fit that over here. I think we probably can. Nope. I just wanted them to have a view of my flowers, that's all. So this'll work. And I guess we'll give it yet another day. Can we devise a system for making stuff faster? Campsite's done, what's next? Do some weeding, plant some flowers. Plant some flowers. Have you been outside lately? Because I feel like I've got a few out there. So this is what a campsite looks like. I figure after an entire day, the mayor won't ask me to plant flowers or pull weeds anymore. Hopefully he's come up with something better. We got a visitor, I'm coming in. Hi Tex, did anyone tell you I built this and I'm charging you $400,000 a day to be here? Well, I'm glad we could provide a place for you here. Don't know what we do without you. There's a penguin in my tent. Now he wants me to go and recruit the penguin. He's already here, why don't we just steal him? This should be a hard sale. Hey, you know this island you're enjoying being at because you're here camping? Well, we'll build you an entire house and furnish it if you want to live here. And the best part is, you don't even have to thank the person who builds it. You should live here. What are you idiots doing now? You realize you could probably be walking over and doing this yourself instead of sending me over? He wants to live here because why wouldn't he? And the penguin gets to go right here. I hope he likes it because even if he doesn't, too bad. Now he's thinking, we're putting the cart way before the horse. We're going to build the house plots before people even commit to coming here. Well, now that that's accomplished, we gotta wait another day. The trees are different today. I already forgot what I'm supposed to be doing. Give me guidance. Next, we simply need to increase our population and improve the island scenery. I know a guy that likes to plant flowers. Yes, how does our island stand currently? Because I know there's some flowers and some weeds as well. We have a 1-star rating. There's like 4,000 flowers here. So we'll sell some land to bring some people in. Why does it cost me $10,000 to sell a plot of land on the island that I don't own? I'll do it, but it makes no sense. The next house we're gonna put somewhere right here. I picked a spot for the home to be built. All it's gonna take is one more entire day, 24 hours of time. Nothing to see here, just a leafy weirdo running around in the dark. When did we get a dinosaur? A dinosaur that pays extra for bugs. I need to find Tarantula Island again. One more house for the good island. I hope they like their blue wardrobe. I guess we just don't build the houses until people show up, which is fine because I don't want to build houses right now. What I am gonna do is pull the weeds and hope that improves the island. This really helps make me appreciate how big this damn island is. Look at the size of that grasshopper, it's huge. Using my patented tarantula technique. Didn't work. Oh, it's not gone though, come here. Got it this time. Oh, it's a locust, I knew that. Probably the same thing as a grasshopper. While you're up here, do you want to pick some weeds to help me out, my friend? Since you don't seem to be particularly busy anyway. Pretty sure this little bunch of weeds over here are the last ones on the island. Picked up all the garbage I could find. I can't do anything about the residents, so they're gonna have to stay. That's better, not a single weed in sight. How many did we actually pick? Conveniently, we picked 600 stacks of weeds plus 66, which is almost exactly 666, but not quite. Which are actually worth 6,600 bells all by themselves. I removed 600 weeds, that's gotta be worth something. Seriously? That took like 40 minutes. They want fencing. You're actually telling me we need more fencing. I did get over 1,000 nook miles because I picked over 1,000 weeds. So I'm just gonna build some fences right along this back wall where they won't annoy me or get in my way. There we go, 5 stars. The islands never look better. There we go, one nice long fence. That's gotta bump me up a star. She gave me 1 star again. 1 star, and I put up all the fence she wanted. Well, since we got some empty houses, let's go see if we can find someone. Good news, I found a victim on the island. You're coming to me. Wanna come to my island? There's no weeds there. Orange flowers. Anyways, he's coming to my island, so I need to save up the miles to get another ticket to go to another island to find another idiot. Points are easy right now. All I gotta do is catch this bug and a few fish, and I should have the miles I need to do it again. What is this? A zebra turkey fish? And after selling a hot item with the creepy twins, I have enough for another ticket. Before doing all that, I wanted to make sure they actually found the way onto the island, because I'm not sure a new person can spawn until one's moved in. Let's go kidnap another one. Look at all those stones out there. I want to go smash them all, but I don't know how to get there. And there also appears to be no prisoners on this island. I can also use a ticket to go to Harv's Island. I'm not sure if I can take Harv or not. You failed me for the last time, bird. Apparently that one guy I brought in isn't worth anything. I've been on this island for over 2 weeks now. 2 weeks just on this video and I'm still at 1 stars. I've got to do something better. I guess for now I'll just make whatever decorations I can for a while and put them all over the island. That might help a little. And there we are. The island has never been better. This is going to be a pretty big risk, but I'm going to Harv's Island. He's already got his own island, so I don't think he's going to want to come to mine, but maybe there's something I could steal there. Alright, so far there's just a man standing there. I like his fences though. Can I have these? Wow, there's so much to explore here. I barely know where to start. This is going to sound weird, but I needed to move to my island and not resist. Seriously though, I spent 2,000 miles to come here. Make it worth my time. And it won't even let me take any of his stuff. I'm concerned now as to why he has this room. You owe me 2,000 nook miles. Oh, never mind. I didn't have to use my ticket to go there. To be fair, that was still a waste of my time though. And we found ourselves another empty island. Maybe I've got to wait for people to come camping? You think the world's biggest flower plot would attract some visitors? I'm gonna make 4 log benches and see if that changes anything. Then I'm just gonna kind of put them randomly all over the island. And then I'm gonna wait yet another day to see if that makes a difference anywhere. Apparently we got Rolf. I have no idea where he came from, but it worked. One more day, things happen. Alright, so do we just like build the houses and people show up randomly? Because I'm okay with that too. That'll be 5 stars, please. We did it! We got 2 stars! I don't know what's from the furniture or the idiots that showed up, but it's working. The Nook Stop. Recipes and items in the Nook Stop. Too many items lying around cluttering up the island. That is not true. I picked up everything. This stuff isn't exactly cheap. So obviously we need probably a clock. That's most of my miles, but you know what? It's going to be worth it. That's got to be worth a star. And another house going here. Someone will just randomly move into that and I'll get miles for it. I should check my mail more often. I've got all sorts of gifts in here that'll probably improve the island. And there's probably all sorts of stuff in here I should be reading, but I'm not going to. I'll just take all the ones that are gifts. You know what? I can even just filter it out. So I only read mail with presents. Those are the only ones that matter. Now to just open all these and hope we got something good. Is that a Nook Miles ticket? That's my favorite gift yet. Alright, anything we can place outside we're going to. Anything we can't place outside, I'm selling. I think I'm starting to get this game all figured out. It's going to be pretty annoying to have to walk through this area though, isn't it? And my gorilla gave me something that's going to help. A mountain bike. Well, that'll look great right here behind the tree where I'll never see it again. So let's add yet another house. Then wait 1 more day to see if anyone shows up. If not, we'll go find them on an island. Well, since there's no one new here, let's go island hopping. I think I see someone. Big Bird's here. Big Bird, you're coming to my island. And there we go. Another resident. The new resident plus all this good stuff has got to be worth a star. Oh. Sorry, Big Bird, but you're just not worth it. So let's add a street lamp and a utility pole for 2,000 miles. Another short day later, we got more stuff. And that stuff would probably look great right about here. Can we place them both all in the same spot? Yup, that looks just amazing. Exactly what we needed to tie the island together. Look at all the ground clutter. I'm going to pick up these oranges and go yell at the person to give me more stars. I'm curious about the current image of polygamy. 2 stars still. What do I have to do to get more stars? I've got an idea of how I'm going to do this, but it's going to take a long time to do. Who would ever actually give me a permit to do stuff like this? Well, enjoy your new home. Watch out for the tarantulas, they get frisky at night. Apparently people don't like these, and my enormous flower patch isn't enough to make up for that. So I'm off to circle the whole island and remove every single stump. And because there's a lot of stumps, we're gonna need a better shovel. Plus the island's gonna be so much easier to walk around once these are gone. Just gotta find a way to get rid of these. I just want a fully upgraded island with all the stuff without any of the characters. The island is now stump free. I'll take my reward now. Okay, so if stumps weren't the problem, then maybe it's simply just a lack of trees. We can plant these easy enough. We could even buy them 5 at a time. What's not to like? And though I should have been paying more attention to the tools, I didn't realize I could have been buying these things all along. That's way faster than crafting. If 50 brand new cedar trees doesn't convince them, nothing will. And I'm gonna plant them some over there where they're way out of my way. I could have been nice for gathering wood, but not a lot of fun to walk through. And let's face it, I'm all about convenience, says the guy planting 50 trees. How long do trees take to grow? I guess it doesn't really matter considering I'll be here for like 1,000 years. 50 brand new trees planted all up here where they should be out of the way, or good for wood later. Still waiting on a new neighbor. Since I've learned I can buy tools, I'm going to keep about $100,000 on me at any one time. For tools. The first thing I want is a better watering can. And also the shovel, which I'm hoping is better than the basic. Because I just want to water things until I have 1,000,000 miles. I think I just got the notification. There it is. 500 flowers watered, 2,000 miles. That's not actually that bad if I do it on a fresh day because I've got all these flowers to water and I think I could do 5 or 6 at a time. Plus I got a bunch of miles probably for planting trees would be my guess. Because there's no other reason I should have been awarded thousands of miles suddenly. Finally a game that rewards my random stupidity. Well, let's give it a few days and see if those trees grow. Hey, we got a new person somehow. Some of my trees sprouted. Maybe we just need more of them. After looking at that, I'm pretty sure they can't have anything around them, otherwise they won't grow. A log house? Oh no, get him before he gets me. Oh good, another dinosaur. There's a pink one outside you probably want to ignore. Yeah, I don't have time for you either. Oh good, he forgot about me. Anyways, we need more houses for more idiots. Or I'm at the maximum number of houses because I'm not allowed to build anymore. They're offering me ramps, but they're not very cheap. Building a wooden ramp cost me $130,000. And as much as I like spending money on stupid things, that's unnecessary. Well, since I have 6,000 miles, I don't really need to go traveling to other islands right now. I can buy some very cheap fencing and other recipes. I'm just going to cover the island in this crap. And with the wave breaker, there's all my points spent. I was hoping that new fence would be a lot cheaper to build. I can build it, but not for that cost. These are better, only 12 stones. Running a little short on some other things. I don't know, I could put stuff on the rocks over here. That's way better. They'll be way out of the way. Drinking fountain right here. And that is perfect. This is the perfect spot for a signpost. And glowing ground. 1 money tree coming up. Can we do that with 99,000 bells? Does that work? Well, I guess we're gonna find out. Hi, Happy Bear Thing. I'd invite you to stay on my island, but the mayor kind of revoked my privileges. While we're at it, I'm gonna bring 2 fossils to the owl, because hopefully that's good for some miles, which in turn turn into more items, which in turn turn into more progress. I think that one would go great right here. And then whatever this one is gonna go right here. There we go. We don't need a museum. The island is a museum. Then we're gonna make whatever this thing is. And then we're going to put that right here to show the people coming to the island that nothing here is going to make a lot of sense. Well, let's give it another day or two and see if my trees grow up and if they'll let me move on to the next task. 1 day later and I forgot what I'm waiting for. Those trees are definitely getting bigger though, except for the ones that won't grow, but also waiting on the money tree. Today's the fishing tournament, but we're going to have 1 less competitor than usual. Don't have time for you creepy weirdos, I need your best fishing rod. Now, how exactly does this work and can I just pay you to win? As many fish as I can in 3 minutes. You're talking to a guy wearing a leaf mask. I can do anything. Alright, well let's give it a try. If all I have to do is catch fish, that's easy. 3 minutes. And the first thing my idiot does is pulls out his shovel. Alright, first of all, we're gonna need 1 of our fishing rods, and then it's just a matter of waiting for a fish to actually spawn somewhere. Did everyone already catch all the fish? I haven't seen a single one yet. These guys get it. Fishing where there's no fish at all to be seen. Wow, 45 seconds later, my first fish. Number 1, a loach. Number 2, a bass. Found number 3, and number 3 is a seahorse. What happens if I just want to eat that and I don't want to enter it in a contest? Somehow I even managed to catch a 4th fish, despite the fact I was off to a very slow start. Have you ever eaten a seahorse before? You look like the type. Apparently I earned 6 points, and conveniently I can just sell all the fish in there. But good news, I need 10 points to get anything off this guy, so I gotta do it again, which of course is gonna cost money. I see his game. 500 bells is fine. I made 3,600 selling fish the first time. Another 4 fish should be another 6 points, so that should be 12 total. He just hands me a bag, a tackle bag. Does it do anything? Oh, okay. I get to wear like a satchel now. Worth it. I did an easy 300 points for doing a tournament, and it's a nice day, so let's go find something on one of the other islands. And our island is that one we always come to that has oranges that we have on our island and flowers that we have on our island, but also coconuts. Can I just bring the whole tree back with me? Nope. I did find another red snapper, and I know those are valuable. And I'm bored. Driver, take me home. Hey stupid, wake up. I brought you some fish from another island. So apparently I've actually been keeping up pretty good with all this. Is it true that I can plant things in these holes? It is! I could have been planting all sorts of rare fruit trees already. I visited like 100 other islands and didn't take advantage of that. This better improve my island rating. Everyone loves coconuts. Especially this guy, because that's going to be the only thing he has to look at all day long. That probably won't grow next to a fence, but he can still look at the sapling. And you can just never have too many trees of any kind, really. And I can place rocks now. Garden rock. All I need is 15 stones. I know where to get those. I've always said that a large rock would look great right here. And I was absolutely right. But let's give it a few more days and see if my money tree grows. Well, that's disappointing, but it can only be so much longer because I think my cedar trees over there are grown, so one more day. Really starting to get a nice collection of items in this area. No one else seems to appreciate it though, but I do. I don't really remember how these work, but isn't it supposed to be dropping me money? And can I move on now? I've done literally 1 billion things to this island. Well, we did boost all the way up to a 3-star, so only 2 more to go. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. Okay, well, good luck with your concert. I'm gonna go do what I normally do. And even I don't know what that is exactly. That's a new one. Yes, I'm here for the concert, but more so also to check my money tree that seems to have eaten $100,000. Great concert. Do we have a skip button? Oh, is this the end of the game? Because that was a lot sooner than I thought it was. Yep. Beautiful concert, whatever that was. Where's my money tree? Oh good, you're finally coming to see me for once. He said he's giving me a new app that'll make island living... I was hoping for Tinder, but that works great. But now I can make paths, but can I use my miles to have more options like paths, permits, changing cliffs and rivers? Finally, I can terraform the island of my dreams. But first things first. Finally, I was getting worried. Even if it hadn't paid out 10,000 bells? Okay, didn't I put 99,000 into the tree and I got 30,000 back? Again, that's still not the worst investment I've made playing Animal Crossing. Okay, so I'm allowed to make paths. That's a pretty simple start so far. Alright, I'm good at this. Get out of the way, bird. No. Outstanding story. Please get out of the way of my path. Yeah, you sweep it up real good. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna go unlock more stuff. Waterscaping costs 6,000 miles. Cliff construction costs 6,000. Arch tile, etc. Well, I guess out of everything, I probably want cliff construction. So all I need are another 4,000 points. So I'm gonna get back to watering my flowers. Next time I want to improve the quality of the island, I'm just gonna make campfires. They only take 3 sticks each to make. Looks like I could probably earn some pretty easy miles with the stock market. Jumping into our first Sunday, we're not buying for 145. 77 bells per turnip isn't too bad at all. Before we actually buy anything, we need to withdraw some money. And I can't believe how much I've wasted just on... I don't know what really. Then I need to make some room, so I'm going to empty out all my stuff into my house. And then it's just a matter of finding a crazy turnip lady. But apparently it's Tuesday in game because I might have had the year wrong. Did I break the game last time with my turnip stupidity? Because I'm not seeing the turnip lady. And it's definitely a real Sunday today, 10:39 a.m. Does she just not come to the island anymore? Okay, well on account of her not showing up anymore, we're gonna have to find another option for those miles. It really shouldn't be too hard to grind out another 2,000 points, selling fruit, customizing items, chopping wood, etc. 200 points for talking to my neighbors. I guess there's a first time for everything. Just make it short, I'm not actually here to listen. And after crafting this one final fishing rod, that should be all the miles I need for my earth constructor thing. Was it 6,000 points or 8,000? I forget already. 6,000, we're good. They are going to regret giving me this. And they thought the island was bad before. Alright, so we want cliff construction permit, and okay, I'm liking this. Plus destroying the island gets me more miles. I wonder if this works like anywhere. There's a building nearby. Yep, wouldn't want to block that in at all. I'm quarantining the island. Not for any reason in particular, but I'm quarantining them. This also has the added benefit of protecting them in case of floods. Well, it's not my finest work, but it will keep them locked in, or out, depending on where they are right now. This will all work better on a live test subject, so let's go ahead and move this out of the way, and they can just keep on fishing. It's no trouble to me. Alright, it won't let me really dig too close to them, and I don't want to risk talking to them either, so I'm just going to give them a little more room than I'd like. Alright, well, if the tree's in the way, I have a solution for that. We can just remove the whole tree. We already got the stars we needed anyway. Yep, exactly what I wanted. Who would ever actually give me a permit to do the stuff like this? Well, enjoy your new home. Watch out for the tarantulas, they get frisky at night. Didn't even realize I could do this. So if we go back to this, does that mean we could dig it up double high? Maybe not. Clips do go higher though somewhere. Well, the pink bear won't be any trouble anymore. And I definitely can build 2 layers high because I'm up on an edge right now. So let's go 1 more layer up and see if we can go even higher. We sure can. So let's see just how high we can go. I assume we need to build a little bit wider out before I can build any higher. Can we just dig through the weeds? Oh, excellent, we can. I didn't want to have to pick any more of those. Seriously, it lets me build up so high but won't let me climb any higher. So I guess that's as high as we can go. 4 layers. The future of this island is not looking well. Now we just gotta remove this. And then the people that don't contribute anything to this island can stay on their side where they belong. For as long as they do still have a side. Oh, look who came running by. Yeah, you worry about that butterfly, not a care in the world. Bad things are coming. Sooner than later. And to be fair, the angrier you get, the more I'm enjoying this. At last, acceptance. Now I feel like I made their islands too big. As long as they're getting the most out of this hot July sun, I'm happy. How about you, Big Rig? You gonna fight back? You know what I really like? Water. We don't have enough water on our island. And for only 6,000 miles, we can have all the water we could ever need to ruin the day of some residents. When I say day, I meant life. So the grind is on. Gotta find out how to make some more miles. So maybe today we will start with the stock market. I should be able to do this one fairly easily as long as it actually works out. But since it's Thursday and these guys are all very busy, I'll have to skip it ahead till Sunday. Of course, in the last place I'm going to look. And at 101 bells, we're not gonna do it. But since I'm passing through so much time anyway, every time I see a fossil, we're gonna dig it up. Only because I want to leave a hole that people can fall in. Oh good, the bird is chasing me. Bad. Bad. Surprisingly, that actually worked. If I'd known all along I could just get people to leave me alone by hitting them in the face with a net, I would have been doing that years ago. I was gonna pick up messages in a bottle, because we can never have enough wooden simple beds on our island. Seriously? I already have that. Why did it give it to me again? That's going right back where I found it. 1 week later, we've got it for 91 bells. I think we'll probably take that deal because we should be able to get profit on that. Before we get to buy-in, we've got to do some selling. You guys like tarantulas though, right? Let's see who it bites first. Off you go, little guy. Oh, did it not actually do anything? I thought it would at least run around. Those people outside owe me 8,000 bells. And they got 300 miles for whatever this is. Storage? Anyway, just give me those moderately priced turnips. So I can buy 263,000 worth, but I should be able to make a pretty good profit over that eventually. 1 day later, and we're making 18 profit per. And I'm absolutely going to take that because that is super quick. Not a ton of profit, but it is fast. And they're going to buy them for a total of 316,000 bells. That's some good profit. Isn't my phone supposed to be vibrating with the good news? I feel like this is incorrect. 55,100 was what it was at before. But since I've got 5 times points for selling fruit and 2 times for talking to people, I'm going to get those real quick. Completing these has earned me 400, plus 750 for 1150 total. Easy points. Not a big fan of the water? Good. You know what helps sales? Making your shop easy to find. I just circled the island 4 times looking for you. And they're 98 bells. I was gonna buy for under 100, but I think we could probably do better. But then again, if I could make more quick profit, what's not to like? 284,000 bells, I like it. A few days later, the turnip prices are still horrible, but 1,000 points for picking up 10 seashells, not horrible. Maybe a little bit horrible, not finding any shells. And since my pockets are full of turnips anyway, moving on. Another day later, 200 points for taking a picture. Not sure if this is legal, but there you go. This is great. I'm gonna get 1,000,000 points while getting super rich. 500 points for hitting rocks today. Can I leave turnips in here and they'll be okay? I'm not gonna eat 10 of them and I'm not allowed to drop them. Also, not the worst rock I've ever smashed, but 500 are the easiest points I've ever gotten. A few days later, we got 108 per turnip. Not a ton of profit, but easy profit. Plus, every day that passes, I run the risk of losing these like I did last time. Kind of a shame it wasn't more profit, but for 313,000 bells, we're good. 313,000 bells later, and we're almost halfway to our goal as it is. Again and again and again, moderately priced turnips. Not gonna bother for that price. Because I've just realized I'm not actually making any progress here with the miles, which was my original intention, so we're gonna grind out the miles the old-fashioned way. By finding 5 times bonuses. Plant flower seeds, 3 of those for 500 points. That's easy. What is that beautiful creation? I might have to buy one of those. 5,600 bells for coffee? Absolutely. But I'm also not gonna walk all the way back to my house to place that, so now the world gets coffee, and we're gonna surround that by flowers because I'm not stepping anymore. All coffee machines deserve flowers. And there we are, an easy 500 points, and I say I get a bonus for talking to 3 people. My least favorite kind, but easy points. Hi, do you like coffee? Honestly, wouldn't have done this one if I couldn't see 3 people on my screen at once. And it turns out there's an event tonight, and that's got to be worth some miles. Hi, I'm here for the event, but mostly the miles. What is your problem? No, get away from me. You've got problems. The bear wants to leave the island. Don't go. I need you, at least for a little longer. I'm just not going to find another resident. Come here. I worked hard to get you guys here. You're all staying. So do we just like wait for a shooting star? Those trees I planted are great and all, but they kind of get in the way of the view. You can look up. All right. Now we wait. To be honest, I'm pretty sure I saw one earlier, but it was just behind the tree, so I couldn't quite get it. Wow, fascinating. Let's maybe try the other side. There's one. And I get to wish upon it. And apparently that gives me something tomorrow. Nope. Not picking you up. I knew it would reward me for that. Give me a big one. Yeah, I'll take 300 miles. It was easy. What I wished for was a ×5 Nook miles plus thing. My wishes don't come true. Bird, we've talked about this. You come at me, I'm hitting you with the net. Damn it, I've only got the shovel today. That might work though. Bad. Well, not quite the same effect. Was this what I was looking for? What's that thing? Didn't even tell me what it was. Star fragment. I bet that's worth a fortune. So a very rare star fragment sells for 250 bells. Yeah, whatever, you can have it. So if I get rewarded for watching a shooting star, then we probably get something awesome on Christmas. Well, is this a Christmas present? Nope. But we still got some presents, so that's kind of Christmassy. A knapsack that we already have, 6 bamboo shoots, and a candle set, which are going to look great all over the island. So we're going to put this right there. Basically, whatever. That's how it looks like. Hi, I'm here for my gifts now. No one seems to have anything for me. Haven't seen you in a bit. Were you on vacay or something? No, I've just been avoiding you. Something's got to make Christmas worthwhile. I could build snow folk, but I don't really know how to do that. I'm kind of just digging holes in the ground. Are those Christmas lights? Maybe the cedar trees were all worth it after all. Can I have some of these? Are these free? I'm gonna take some. There's nothing that gets me more in the holiday spirit than stealing stuff. Hi guys, I would like to sell my 10 legally acquired bulbs. 500 bells. 50 bells per bulb. Alright. So, what do I get on my birthday? Oh good, you're here to deliver my present. That's easy. I'll take cash for miles. How come no one else put a leaf mask on? And the gift, all I'm here for. And a piñata. This is great. I get to hit stuff. Oh, it's not giving me any leeway or freedom of where I can swing this stick, because I had big ideas for this. So I guess I just hit that and that's it. I wanted to hit the penguin. Like a lot. Now, I guess this is still pretty good, but cupcakes, I want money. I'm now trapped by my own fence. Nope, never mind. It put me back in my own house. Yeah, she never forgets a birthday or a new year, whatever. Presents are presents. The birthday present is party flooring, and the other present is mom's art. And now we get to find out exactly how good of an artist she is. 88 bells. Can't imagine why that career never took off. Don't worry, I really needed the money. Now, birthday cupcakes plus party flooring is worth far more, 2,000 bells. Most importantly, those miles. How many do we get? 1,000? 2,000? We do that every year? That's tons. That's almost where I need to be. And look at that, we got a ×5 perk. 3 flowers for 500 points. That's going to be more than enough, even taking pictures. Can we plant these in winter? Oh yeah, well, if you're gonna let me, you're gonna let me. And despite the fact we've only been screwing around this entire time, we somehow have enough miles for what we need. And we get 500 miles today just because this place was closed yesterday. I wasn't even here yesterday. Waterscaping permit, which combined with the mid-July day should be about adequate levels of torture. You again? It's been years since I've seen you. How are you still washing up on islands? So let's see how this water thing works. So do I just kind of dig out the ground for water? Alright, I can live with this. And I just love how the game keeps rewarding me for screwing around. What's this one worth? Another 1,000. I'm gonna have so much fun with this tool. Well, you know what they say about beached whales, you gotta set them back in the sea. Oh, don't talk to it. Don't worry, aquatic creature, we'll have you back in the ocean in no time. No, maybe we can't dig sand. Well, sorry about your luck, but I'm just too busy. Right, okay, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Yeah, this is going to be easy. People, these are dangerous times. We've got to be keeping our space a little bit more than that. So I think we're going to have to remove a few trees here. This is already looking so much better. Can't forget to patch up the holes when we're done. Wouldn't want anyone falling in. I think this is probably going to be enough space. One shovelful at a time, we'll get there. Nothing worth doing ever happened quickly anyways. Alright, I need a test subject and they're gathering, which isn't very smart of them. The easier they are to collect, the faster this is going to be. No, you're not allowed to walk anywhere. Get over here. Listen, I brought you to the island. I can put you wherever I want. Now please stay right there. This will all be over soon. No, okay, we can do this. There we go. Not going that way. Not going that way. No, 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 no. You just sit tight. This will all be over soon. Don't worry. Nope, not that. Good, good. But, you know, you can see how this is going to work. There we go. And I can still get away, but they cannot. Nope, 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 unless I do that. Well, the pink bear seems to have accepted its fate. Don't worry, they'll all get an island that big. Bird, you're next. We've never been particularly good friends, and it's showing now with it resisting everything I'm trying to do. Let's go, Bird. The trick is little slow steps. I don't like being pushed around. I don't like it when you talk to me. That really hurt. Well, you know what? If you'd stop resisting, we wouldn't really have this problem, would we? Don't make me report you to the island, people. You get on your island. There we go. We all want our own private island, don't we? So there we go. Enjoy. Don't know what you're so mad about. You've been on this island for years, haven't accomplished a single thing. Well, this is convenient. The cat thing walked right up to this side. Not even sure what you're doing over there. Okay, come here. You won't even get mad because I don't have to push you that much. This is for your own protection. We can't have you guys standing next to each other right now. It's dangerous. And you're lucky I didn't do this in a thunderstorm. If I had thought about that, I would have. Well, you'll be more suited to a little island than the rest of them. Don't make me hit you with my net. Get on your island. Get on there. What did I say? Slow steps are easier. You can guide it nice and easy. I knew the penguin was gonna love it there. How many residents are on the island? Because we've collected 4 so far. Little bird, I'm gonna have to push you a long ways, so you might as well accept it now. It already looks so angry. Maybe if I go nice and slow, they won't actually get mad about it because they'll think it's an accident. Oh. If you need something, just say it without pushing. Okay, I need to push you onto this island. And I'm bigger than you, so that's the way this is gonna work. The more you yell, the worse it's gonna get for you. I need you to understand that. And to be fair, the angrier you get, the more I'm enjoying this. At last. Acceptance. Now I feel like I made their islands too big. As long as they're getting the most out of this hot July sun, I'm happy. How about you, Big Rig? You gonna fight back? So far so good. Just gotta walk nice and slow. You smell nice from this close. We almost got you to your new home. Just a little further. And there we are. You didn't even get that mad about it. So I don't know if you can comprehend such emotion. According to my minimap, I have 10 NPCs out there. And only 6 on my island. So I need to go find the rest of them and really hope that they don't move. 11 if you count this one. Wow, could you be any further away from where I need you to be? Well, I guess I could make a bridge to make us cross. We don't need rivers anyway. Okay, now you're in the way. So you're making this extra difficult. No, it's not time for raiding. I'm gonna hit you with this shovel if you don't. There we go. Yep, you're very mad. Point that anger in this direction. Why are they all so mad? I made them private islands. This one just gets sad when you push her enough and then she gives up. You need a museum. Now to just find the remaining few, and it's gonna be a long push. Well, Coach here is probably at home because I don't think he can leave. Oh, I hope this doesn't respawn them. I'm gonna need you to come outside for a minute. Alright, no time for whatever you're doing. I'm gonna attempt to push you out the door now. Hopefully this works. Out you go. Come on, you can do it. Oh, it's not gonna work. Super worried day. Nope, we're still good. Well, you know what? Since everyone else is in their house, I think this is as good as our collection is gonna get. But we can still improve it. Who'd have ever thought that planting 500 flowers would actually be a bad idea down the road? There, that's a little better. I need to keep them as far away from me as possible. I win at Animal Crossing. This is what you're supposed to do, right? This is how you beat it? To be fair, they're better off over there than on my island. Our tarantula collection is growing quickly. They're actually spawning pretty fast. This little guy is gonna be tarantula number 1 million. Approximately anyways. Doesn't that inventory look nice? Well, that was fun while it lasted. Are you guys sick of me yet? Once again, we're in need of more miles because I need a bigger backpack. Because bigger backpack means bigger profit. Natural garden table it is. I'll be right back with one of those. All I need, 3 iron nuggets. That's easy. For some reason, I had a bunch of those lying around my house. And I'm gonna be keeping my eye out for rare fish because I understand I can catch sharks this time of year. And I would love to fill a swimming pool full of those for the villagers. That's actually decently valuable. I get 6,660 bells fittingly. And also 1,000 easy miles. 8,000 miles for what I need, so I still need another 5,000. That's gonna take a little bit of time. For 5,000 miles, I will remove 1 resident from the island. You can even pick which one. Well, we'll just take it day by day, and I'm only gonna take 5 times miles offerings. Another 5 times a reward for another hot item. Is that what I think it is? A climbing wall? I need this. I'm gonna put this above a pond and then put a shark in the pond. If that doesn't give my island 5 stars, nothing will. Can I make either of those? I don't think I even can. Unless that's what the blue thing over here is. Are you a wooden wardrobe? What are you? Well, look at that. The garbage I spent all around the island actually has a use. We'll just replace that with the climbing wall because obviously. Hi. Good morning. If this knocks my star rating down, that's not good money, but I'll take the miles. So there's another easy 1,000, 4,250, already over halfway there. And we get 100 points for a simple picture. A picture of the angry bird should work. And I'll check this every day because the streak bonus, that's just easy. It was 50 yesterday, 80 today, tomorrow's probably 100. I'm sure that gets pretty big. No times 5 today, but it is raining and that gives us the opportunity to find some rare fish. So I'm gonna take a look. So far, just a bunch of boring regular fish and I don't got time time for that anyways. As you probably know, I'm a very busy person. Unless the turnip lady shows up, do we have something for me? For 95 bells, I am not interested. And another rainy day. With no ×5 duck miles, but we do have ×2. Not the rarest of fish, but still pretty valuable. That's an easy 600 miles for talking to a few people. We can hit rocks, we can sell clumps of weeds. Yeah, this is where I practice for hitting you. And that put me over 5,000 points. Now I can sell some weeds, catch some fish, customize things if I could remember how to do it. And since we obviously need more flowers over here, we're gonna plant all of these. Why does it have to give you such a creepy message? Please say I get a ton of miles for having people come to my island. Well, 300 is 300 more than I had before. We're already at 5,630, so this is going way faster than I thought. Well, this is a new one. I want to throw it at someone. Apparently they're not that rare. And already we've devolved into this. I actually needed to catch one of those. And those were 600 points, so I only have 1,800 more to go. Resources are already getting scarce. Uh-oh. Nope. Nope. Yeah, missed it. I opened the island for one person and this is what happens. 3 easy fossils means 150 points. Is there actually a place for these here? All these hours and there's still places on my island I haven't seen yet. But this place is huge. I'm gonna leave before I get lost. And since I got another easy one for talking to idiots, I'm gonna go talk to 3 idiots. Starting with you. Well, good talk. How about you, blue thing? 2 out of 3? Which one of you doesn't count as a person? I'll just, be right here watching a while. And my fossil assessment has earned me extra 300, so we got 1,000 left. I just can't wait to be carrying around like 30% more garbage at all times. The very next day, I have a ×2 for a picture, ×2 for talking to people, but ×5 for collecting seashells. Not the easiest, but I can do it. Especially since I haven't picked up any of the shells in like 40 years. A reward for catching garbage? 500 miles? I had no idea that existed, but I'm okay with that. I'm only 500 away. Only 300 after taking a picture. Gotta go talk to 3 more idiots and then we're there. Better yet, I can just sell some shells and then I don't have to talk to anyone else. But for 400 points, I might as well. We're actually up to 9,000 points somehow. Hey, you in there. I need to talk. Please remove yourself and talk to me. The things I have to do to earn a few miles. I've been so heads down on new gardening ideas lately, I haven't taken any time to be social. Or were you imprisoned in your own home? 6 months? Thought it'd been a lot longer than that. Well, good luck with your problems. 8,000 miles for ultimate pocket stuffing? Absolutely. What is that face she's making in the background? I can't look away. What is she doing? I'd hit you with my net, but I'm not allowed back there. Anyways, my backpack is now that big. Look at all that space. I'll probably check if there's a bigger one. It doesn't look like there is. The next day, at night. Because I really think we could put this big backpack to use. Apparently it's also a shooting star night, so we'll maybe see one of those while we wait, but I don't have all day. Well, it's been about 2 minutes. I give up. No, if I plant 1 fruit tree and talk to 3 people, I'll have the points I need to visit an island. Was that a star? Did anyone else see that? I might have been seeing things. Okay, I definitely just saw one when I was looking at the bird. I know I'm not seeing things. Oh wait, there's one right there. Can we look at that again? Yeah, there we go. Wished upon it. Nailed it. Fruit tree planted. Points are to be gained. Tickets are to be bought. Now let's just hope for a rare island. So far it's a pretty unassuming island, but I say that about absolutely all of them until I explore them a bit. And to be honest, I don't know if I'd recognize anything other than a lot of tarantulas or butterflies spawning. It makes a big spiral. The fish might be something special. So far, not so much. So what I'm going to focus my effort on for now is removing everything from the island. What are those? Are those rare? It looks like a praying mantis. Whoops, I don't want to hit them with the axe. Well, I kind of do, but the game won't let me. Yep, never mind. Needed to eat 1 fruit, so I could break the rocks if I could hit them. And I'm wisely going to remove the trees last in case I need to use them to build some tools. And upon reflection, I just realized tarantulas won't spawn right now anyways, and that's what I was hoping to spawn on this island. So this won't work. So I'm going to take whatever that is off the tree and be on my way. What is this? Come here. Well, that one gets to go free. Shifting time back a couple months. Now we just need to grind up another 2,000 miles for a ticket. I've been meaning to finish this watering anyways. Only 200 more to go. I can't wait. Starting to get hard to find any that I haven't watered amongst all this. And that was it. Let's find out what we get for watering. I don't know how many thousands of flowers. 3,000 miles. Tarantula Island, please. And we have ourselves a bamboo island, which I think I could live with because this one won't take too much to tear down. What kind of butterfly is this? I'm suspicious now. Emperor butterfly. Is this Emperor Butterfly Island? Because that would also be pretty good. I mean, they're worth 4,000 compared to a tarantula's 8,000, but I'll take either. This better work because this is taking a long time. And it looks like it actually might be because there's our first tarantula. Hopefully the first of many that are going to spawn. Got it. Apparently, the way this works, for those that are interested, is if you take all of this stuff off, it really only leaves spots for things to spawn on the ground, and the only thing that can spawn right now are tarantulas. Therefore, only tarantulas spawn. And my axe broke with one tree left on the island. I can buy a new one, I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Not sure if the fossil spots matter, so I'm going to remove them anyway. That's not a good sign. Where did that thing come from? I'm going to try and scare it away, and hopefully only tarantulas spawn. So, as of right now, we've had 2 tarantulas, including this one, which I'm going to capture using my patented technique of running up and timing it. I'm going to leave the palm trees on the beach for now because they don't seem to matter. I did get another one of these bugs though. I don't even know what this is, but we're still getting a pretty good ratio of tarantulas, so I'm not going to mess with things too much. Tarantula number 3, they seem to like spawning on the rocks. So for the next, I don't know how long, I'm just going to be circling the island waiting for tarantulas to spawn. We've already got 4 and we've got room for a lot more. Probably shouldn't have brought all my money with me. That wasn't a good choice on my part. This is not great. I might be able to time this though. Got it. The easier and probably wiser way to catch tarantulas is to go like this. That way you can get extra close and time it a little easier. But I just don't have the patience for that. Our tarantula collection is growing quickly. They're actually spawning pretty fast. This little guy is going to be tarantula number 1 million. Approximately anyways. Doesn't that inventory look nice? Would be better without the 4 money bags, but you know, whatever. Now, I could sell all these tarantulas to these 2, which would earn me an easy $280,000, but I want to see if I can find that bug lady that comes around once in a while, because I know she'll buy for more. I just don't really know when to find her. That didn't actually take very long at all. Not compared to the tarantula finding anyway. Yeah, I know what you do. That's what I'm all about. Yeah, I've got a bug or 2 to sell. Hopefully you brought your wallet. You're damn right, a whole swarm. That island's never gonna recover. Worth 420,000 bells. Kind of a shame. If I hadn't brought all my money with me, I would have got an extra 48,000 on top of that, so it would have been 468,000, but I'll take 420,000 for a single night's work, and that's 50% more than the store would have bought it for. No, Flick. Thank you. So now that I have 800 something thousand dollars, I'm gonna put it in the ATM. Or am I? Because I have all this inventory space and all this money, so I might as well try the stock market to try and push that over $1 million. Then maybe I can finally finish paying for my ridiculously overpriced house. Seriously? All the way up here? And you're offering me 109 bells? That's not happening. And for 90 bells, we're in business. I'll take all I can carry. $315,000 worth, I'll take it. But since that wasn't even half of our money, I'm gonna drop these in my house and buy the same amount again. That way we're gonna get double the profit. You guys, don't do anything. Can I have a discount on this half? No, I just need to find some profit on this. Bought them for 90, shouldn't be hard to do. More is better, but I don't know how patient I'm gonna be. So a word of caution to anyone that's going to do this, be very careful if you're gonna time travel. Very careful. Because I changed the date to the wrong date and went to open the game, but I caught myself before I actually loaded into the game. At least I thought I did. But apparently that didn't matter. So I'm not sure that if, as long as the date changes in the Switch, it changes in game, whatever the deal is. I screwed it up again, so I earned that. I just lost 600,000 bells. Well, at least today wasn't a huge profit day anyway, and I still have 160,000 bells, so you know what? It's not the end of the world. The important thing is Tarantula Island works. I can do that again if I have to. I've always wanted a bridge here anyways. How long do you think it would take me to make my entire island flat? And would it be worth it? I might do it just to build it right back up again, but maybe in a more interesting layout, of course. But for now, I at least want to make a few bridges where I've been needing bridges for a while. I always leave all the tools in my house so I don't always have my pole vaulting thing on me. Beginning to wonder what happens if you turn your entire island into water. Do you think that would be worth it? Nothing I do is ever worth it. I think I'm willing to part with my turnips now. 3,900 bells. I think I bought them for about $300,000. So yep, that's a good deal. Here, let me help you with that. I'm actually an expert fisherman myself. And one more. No. Hi, Mo. I don't want to be talking to you right now. I'm trying to fix your fishing spot. There, that's much better. Fish on this island are mine. Can I just walk out and grab that thing? Nope. That would have been a lot easier. At least I still have my flowers. The only thing that's ever really worked out for me on this island. Also, I'm going to talk to you until that gorilla stops doing that. At least I only have to buy a few things here today because some of this stuff is expensive. Are you seriously touching my very expensive violin? Stop it. I really want a 5-star island. And I'm gonna need some money because I'm gonna do it the laziest way possible, just buying as much as I can. For example, this lone fancy violin costs 140,000 bells. But I assume that's gonna look pretty nice wherever I put it. So it's a good thing I had a little bit of money left. So I'll take one of these things. And that's gonna go right here where everyone can admire it. Don't touch. It's worth more than your life. Then we have some easy stuff from the mail as always, because mom always sends me presents. And this is also going to be a key to my success, because they're just giving me stuff that'll make the island better. Now, since my turnip investment didn't really turn out the way I'd hoped, I'm going to use the magical power of interest to earn a few dollars. So I'll see you guys in like 800 years, and keep those presents rolling. Well, you might as well take your opportunity now. You're not going to see me for a while. Just kidding, I don't have time for him. Will $3 million be enough? Can I just buy $3 million in stuff from you guys? You know what? The first thing we need is lots of boxes. Boxes are going to make the island so much better. Now to just figure out where to put them. It's got to match the rest of my island. That's very important. And I got 2,000 miles. I'm not really sure what for, and I don't really care right now. I think this spot, the highest spot on the island, deserves some boxes. Not really sure where that came from, but we got one of those up here too. If this isn't worth 5 stars, I don't know what is. I didn't even have to spend any money on this. Might have to spend a bit of time picking some weeds. I can't believe how good my island looks. Hey stupid, you're getting footprints in my sand. Bad. I just hit a cat with my net. Can I have 5 stars? 3-star rating. I put like 6 boxes up there. We need more appealing scenery, so more crap everywhere. I get it. Okay, she's insinuating that I need to make the items myself. So maybe spending the time to gather $3 million wasn't the best use of my time. And there's too much garbage lying around, so pretty much my island sucks. What I need to find is something that's really easy to build. This can't take more than rocks. Then again, I don't know how many rocks I have. I mean, are they really gonna know if I didn't craft this stuff myself? Wait, a baby bear? Isn't that what you guys are? Can I buy one of you? Can I buy both of you? And the last item to buy, whatever this thing is. Imperial dining table. I was just thinking I needed to spend $73,000 on nothing. I'm gonna have to start making more usable land if I'm gonna put all this stuff somewhere. Very expensive table, go right there where you can be appreciated. My strategy basically is just kind of randomly place stuff more or less evenly all around the island, kind of like this. If I can always see something within frame, I think I'm doing a good job. I also forgot about all these presents. Surely they're gonna be full of good stuff. Hopefully not shirts. Unless I can place the shirts. Yeah, I sure can. That's a decoration, right? Well, this area is about done. No, I'm busy picking up shells. That is a really big fish. Okay, I'm busy. Get out of here. Pink bear got lost on the island that is like 100 meters across. He's giving me something. The tricycle. I should talk to people more often. That's great. I'm going to leave that item right here where we can always remember this moment. Now I need to catch this super big fish. Not sure what it is. It's an eel. Or a snake? I got a ribbon eel. Can it tie itself into a bow? Well, I can sure tie it into a bow, I'll tell you that much. Then again, you can tie anything into a bow as long as you cut it into strips first. It's amazing how many weeds show up when you play through a few hundred years. Okay, how much for this thing? 600 bells. That's the only one I've ever seen. Now what can I create all by myself that's super cheap? Wow, I thought that was going to be way cheaper. 90 stones? Not going to happen. Oh, I could have turned all my boxes into sofas. That had to be worth something. I mean, I could probably just put a bunch of fires everywhere. That's technically something I craft. I mean, sticks are everywhere, so that's super easy. Just like that, the island's about 40% better. Got a little bit of catching up to do from mom, but she's going to improve the island all by herself. What can I say? It pays to cheat. Because you just never can have too many handmade aprons. Well, at least they're probably worth something. The day is even darker. But I'm going to place just a few of these because you know what? They really do bring the island together. How much for one of these that I get for free every year? 88 bells more than I had before. Didn't I buy this thing yesterday? And then after once again buying one of everything, it's just a matter of finding the perfect spot to put this stuff. Okay, I sort of did what you asked me to. Can I? What are you doing? You're doing that thing again. Okay, can I have my thing now? Seriously, I put like 100 pieces of garbage out there. Now she wants fencing. And I'm pretty tired of using my hands like some idiot to get up to the next level. Let's make a ramp. So we just go like this? What on earth is that? Apparently Lloyd, the very excitable Stump here, is here to collect my money. Well, you see, I'm gonna have to go ahead and pay for this because you've actually got me trapped here. I can't believe I was defeated by that thing. Oh, okay, so you're still in the way. Great. I mean, yeah, I had nothing better to be doing anyway. Why does this exist? Why is this here? I just realized that hay beds are made out of clumps of weeds. Guess what I'm pulling off of the island? Clumps of weeds. And they also wanted some fence, so we'll give them some of that. I was just thinking I wanted more stuff in my way. They're gonna love it, I can already tell. Well, it finally stopped raining, and this $100,000 ramp probably improves my island quite a lot. Almost as much as my hay bales. And another round of buying. I just realized I've already spent about $300,000 on this island, so they better give me more stars. Why are you here? Bug off, of course I'm excited. As much as I'd love to waste my time finding you bugs, I'm pretty busy. Quickly, dummy, I need more ramps. Oh good, the little weirdo's back. If I pay you double, will you not come back again? Can't believe how expensive those are. 168,000 bells for a staircase. Then we just need to throw a few items in this area and that'll hopefully get me another star. Maybe even 2. Because, obviously, they're only 3 stars. They really make you work for these things. Recipes and items in the Nook stop that would make a big impact on the scenery. Starting to think this is all just a scam. But fine, whatever, we'll get a phone box. Then the only thing I can buy right now is a plastic pool and a magazine. Both of which I will take. You know what, since these are super easy to buy, I'll buy lots of these. Never mind, they got me all figured out. But whatever I'm doing is also getting me lots of miles, so I won't complain. Not only did all my stuff come today, but I got a few extra presents. I mean, they're great and all, but they're so big they really get in the way of things. Don't touch my swimming pools. Then I'm going to need a few bridges because making land bridges probably isn't good for the local environment. Not that I care much about that, but bridges are faster. I really like the way you can only build one thing at a time construction wise. It would be nice to grab 4 or 5 inclines and 4 or 5 bridges right now and go put them everywhere. But I've got to take one, go and place it, skip to the next day, and do it again. And yet another day of buying assorted garbage. And I actually need to withdraw about $1 million because I've spent a little over 600,000. Oh, but this stuff changes every day. Good news. It turns out building a bridge is a lot harder than you'd think. Finally found a spot for it, so I'm just going to put it there. One of the problems about building all this infrastructure everywhere is that all the NPCs are going to be able to wander all over the island, and I'm going to have even more trouble finding them when I do need them. So I'll maybe make a separate area for them later on. Because look where this bird is. I don't even know where I am right now. If I had to find her, I would never wander all the way up here. The shop should really probably stop selling me stuff. Another beautiful day on the worst island ever. And after placing today's crap, we still find ourselves with a 3-star rating. More fencing? What is it with you and fencing? I'm mostly just here for this today. 60,000 bells? Can't be wrong for that expensive. And that earned me miles because I spent over $500,000 on this now. And I don't know, right here. Gonna need to stock up on some wood for these fences. So give me 2 of your finest axes and 1 Nook Miles ticket, because we're about to go ruin someone else's island. So far it's nothing exciting, but it's got lots of wood and that's all I'm here for. It's never overly difficult to tell when I visited an island, but I definitely got the wood I needed, which turns into another 3 units of fencing. And I definitely won't let that go to waste. I didn't realize there was a different size than my other fence, but you know what? That's just fine. Nothing on my island is going to make a lot of sense ever. If this isn't enough fence for them, nothing's going to be. Still 3 stars. I do everything you ask. Does never improve. Now I need more shops. How do we even get more shops? Turns out that in order to do that, I need to buy some stuff from Sonic when they return to my square. Oh good, you're here. Good news for you. Turns out I need to buy a bunch of stuff from you, so look at all this great stuff. I can't wait to sell it to these two. So it really only cost me something like $4,000. And let's pump some money into this economy. We need a Zen bridge. That's perfect. I don't have time for walking around. Speaking of which, how do you move? Yeah, that's much better. And let's do an ugly red steel staircase just because I want to spend money. Now take my money and leave me alone. I'm not the best fisherman myself, but I think you're doing it wrong. While I'm waiting for my shopkeeper to return one more time, I'm gonna buy this very expensive piano. 260,000 bells, I like it. I mean, putting fancy expensive pianos all over the island has to do good things. About time you showed up again. You know how much it costs me every day? Also, I'm going to talk to you until that gorilla stops doing that. At least I only have to buy a few things here today because some of this stuff is expensive. Are you seriously touching my very expensive violin? Stop it. You're supposed to be setting up a shop. Why are you not doing that? Okay, finally she wants to set up a shop. I think that would look great right here. I can't wait to have all those clothes to choose from. And while we're at it, I'll spend another $31,000 on this thing. Seriously, how many days does that thing take? I built it its own goddamn island. That sure was a long wait for a shop I'm never gonna use. That's gotta be it. I've spent over $1 million and countless hours grinding to this point. 3 stars! I've done everything you wanted. I even built a stupid shop for you. We're lacking appealing scenery. Because apparently we need to go back to items and recipes in the Nook stop. Because apparently spending over $1 million on garbage for the island just isn't good enough. The answer is obvious. We need more plastic pools. Is the problem that they can't see the pools? That should get the ball rolling nicely. And more expensive furniture? That can't hurt, right? I mean, it's only 10,000 bells, but every little bit has to help. I feel like I'm starting to run out of room for all of this stuff. Every time I'll fulfill one of her requests, she makes me a new one. Today, we're gonna buy 5 flamingos. And I might as well repay my house loan because, well, I have the money for the first time ever. And if I don't spend it on the house, I'm just gonna lose it in the stock market. And that somehow earned me some miles, hopefully lots of them, and I can spend those on more crap. One of these things looks very important. Who doesn't like a springy ride on? Yes, I would like to expand my house. For only $750,000 bells, absolutely. Nothing says success like empty rooms you never use. I would like to pay someone to sort my mail for me. Your house keeps getting bigger and bigger. I had to get a present for my diligent little dynamo. With so many rooms, it must be hard to, yeah, very tough to keep track of all these rooms. And the Happy Home Academy has given me something. A bidet and a long bathtub that's perfect for my bathroom that I might have in my house. But that won't help my island if it's in my house. It's gotta be out here somewhere. There's at least a small amount of privacy over here. There are some trees around. And just to make it weird, I'm putting a springy ride on right there. 3,000 miles just for upgrading the house. The ultimate decoration. A circle of flamingos. Well, I mean, is it expensive? 76,000 bells, it sure is. I'm sure someone will get some use out of that eventually. Once again, give me my stars. I'm doing everything you asked. There it is. 4 stars. We finally did it. Turns out spending millions of dollars on garbage and just putting it all over the island works. People love it. A 4-star island. I can't believe we finally did it. I just don't know what to do next now. I can't imagine getting 5 stars is going to be super easy, but we can certainly do it. You know what? What are the rarest items in the game? Maybe we should go chase those for a while, because I don't know what else to do with my fortune. I've just got to block in these few houses real quick. I'm so good at this game. I just need one little thing to put in this gap and then they're blocked off in here. They'll never figure out how to get past this. The first thing I need to do today is reorganize a few things, because I'm super tired of chasing these idiots all over the island, wondering when and if they're here. Currently the houses and shops are spread out basically side to side on my island, with this one even being on its own little island. So I've got some holes I need to fill in. We've just got way too much freedom on this island. Jump in. Do us a favor. I'm gonna remove this river because it's taking up valuable prisoner space. While this bridge may no longer seem useful, one of the villagers could potentially fall into it, so that's something. Seriously? We don't touch the piano. And we don't watch people touch the piano. But I should probably also move the piano and everything else out of this area. I want this for shops and houses only, none of this clutter. And we're gonna store it just in assorted places all over the island. I'm sure it'll fit in just fine. Didn't we build you a shop? Oh, never mind. This is a purple hedgehog. I should probably also determine what it's going to cost to move all these buildings around. I want to move pretty much everything, but let's start with someone's house. Sorry, Twiggy, but I'm actually not. 50,000 bells to move one house. That's not actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. My plan right now is to fit all the NPCs and buildings into the smallest possible area. That way they're all really easy to find and then close it all in. So this is going to be a little bit of work, but I'm going to pick up all the crap I put down and put it elsewhere. And that means we got to lose a few trees. What is that thing? Hello, rare item? A wooden egg. Does it do anything? Tastes delicious. Hopefully that wasn't too rare. Doesn't look like it. I found another one. My quarantine pawns obviously need to go, but they were fun while they lasted. And to be completely honest with you, I forgot there was even a house over here. Sorry fish, but my great plan is way more important than your environment. The flowers seem to be multiplying at a decent rate, which is kind of annoying because they're in the way now. Those ponds actually took up a pretty big space. I can definitely fit a few houses in there. Definitely curious about the rate of spread of these flowers. I played through a lot of days already, but they're moving pretty fast. What are you? Identify yourself. It's called Zipper. And see, this is part of the problem. I might have had no idea Zipper was here because they're allowed to go all over the island. Bunny daybed. I appreciate the bunny daybed, but I didn't want to have to talk to you for 10 minutes, so we'll call it even. Now, if you'll excuse me, you're taking up valuable island space. Okay, I'm pretty sure this tree is growing eggs, so that's clearly why the bunny is here. Maybe all this stuff would be better off in storage. Anyways, this may be a big enough area for all the houses already. I'm going to start moving them as efficiently as I can and see how this goes. I do still have over a million bells, 1.1 million, so that's going to be good for 22 moves if I need them. And let me guess, it's going to take 2 days per move. I'm going to start by moving the shop here, and then we'll build from here on out. Oh good, it is gonna take a day. Can I at least get started on other ones? Nope. One thing at a time. Now after dropping a few things in storage and making some space, I need to buy a few more bags of flowers. I'm going to start tearing down all the cliffs and making my island nice and flat, because if I'm going to be passing through a bunch of days waiting for my buildings to move, I might as well be letting flowers grow at the same time. At least for today, I'll clear out kind of this little area, whoops, put as many flowers down as I have, and then we'll skip through tomorrow, rinse and repeat. Alright, good enough for the first day. For planting, I am going to put them in clusters of the same kind of different colors, that way they will expand from there and we'll hopefully see some new colors. I better hope for some rainy days, or these are not going to see a lot of water. Well, the shop made it to its new home. Now to start with everything else. I'll maybe just start putting houses kind of right over here and we'll see how that works. Coach, you're up. Lucky for you, your house isn't going to move that far. I feel like you're not smart enough to find it if it gets too far away. The structures are too close to each other. That's his house. I'm moving that house here. I'm sure he likes beachfront anyway. And if he doesn't, well that's too bad because he doesn't really get a choice in this, does he? I think we're gonna do your house next. Probably after I buy something from this guy. And then I'm gonna buy $5,000 worth of stuff from him in case he needs to set up shop here eventually. Hello, I need to move a penguin. Good luck, Flo. I will never see you again. Do we really need permission to move the museum that we built and paid for? You know, while I'm doing this, I gotta remember to keep extra room for the extra shops we're probably gonna have at some point. They, don't need a lot of spaces in between their houses anyways. The closer they are, the happier they are. That's the whole point of living on an island. Soon, you will be very easy to find. Look who's back today. Would you like to set up a shop here? Because that would be great. I love people. I probably should have built from the beach inwards rather than up there, back at the beach, and everything in between. Building in the middle doesn't really work. Should always work in one direction. Well, I hope everyone arriving on the island likes Ava. But that also makes me curious. The NPCs that visit the island are free to wander around. What happens if I enclose a dock? Can they only wander around in this little area? We're gonna find out. Read between the lines, bird. And be grateful you at least got a few flowers. Anyways, let's see if my NPC catcher works. I'm gonna skip to Sunday when the turnip lady shows up, and if she's caught in here, it works. If she's somewhere else, it doesn't. It's bunny day. Perhaps we have a special visitor. Well, if we do, they'll be caught in my NPC trap. Why are you covered in stars? Why is everyone covered in stars? More importantly, do my thing work? I see a rabbit over there in the background, so my NPC catcher didn't work, and I also don't see the turnip lady here. The only thing I'm interested in today, rabbit, is finding the turnip lady. 6 types of eggs hidden around the island. I will look for them while I'm looking for the turnip lady. If I don't happen to find them, I'm not sure I care. Bunny Day Arch is a free piece of something, so that'll help me get 5 stars eventually. My island's probably a little ways away from that still. What is the rainbow bottle? Of course, egg message. Bunny Day Berry Balloons. I was just thinking I wanted some of those. Oh look, I think I found some eggs. If you look closely, you might be able to see one. You're all the way back here. I actually forgot I was looking for you. You're so far back. That means my NPC catcher doesn't work, and I don't think my whole idea is therefore going to work, so there's no point in moving all the buildings. No, I don't need your very expensive turnips. I'm perfectly capable of losing money on my own. I thought this would probably catch people coming to the island, but I guess not. Maybe they have to have access to the town square, or maybe they're just free to roam anywhere they want anyways. I'm not really sure. What will you give me for 1 egg? Well, you know what? I do kind of need a new idea right now, so I'm gonna find some eggs until I come up with that. The rabbit also said that if I have 3 of any type of egg, and I can exchange those for another type of egg. So all I've got to do is go around and find a bunch of leaf eggs and trade them in for the ones I actually want, because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a few of these trees around. I've already found 15 of the leaf eggs. If I find 1 more tree, I'm pretty sure that's enough to exchange for all the other types of eggs I need. That was really easy. Though there might not be any more of those around, so I'm gonna hit trees until I get some wood eggs. I probably want some sky eggs since I refuse to shoot anything out of the sky. The last one I'm gonna need is a stone egg. So you can have 3 of my very rare leaf eggs and we're gonna have a set. Now what's my reward for having all the eggs? Come on, that took like 6 minutes of my time. Let's get to it. My reward was a bunny day basket. I'm going to forgive you because that wasn't that hard to do, but maybe next year we could have something a little better. And my flowers have grown, but they haven't multiplied yet. I feel like they need some rain or water to do that. I'm not going to water them, so let's find a rainy day. Actually, you know what? It's definitely faster for me to go and buy a watering can and do it myself. The best $2,500 I ever spent. Not really actually sure why I'm watering these ones. It's the types of the same variety that can spawn different colors, and that's what we're looking for right now. I didn't know walking over flowers murders them. I wonder how many times I've done that. That white one blew up when I walked over it. Yeah, and the red one. Okay, cool. I'm gonna know to probably try not to do that now. Ironically, the day after I buy a watering can, it starts raining. Hey, I need to buy some stuff from you. I'm okay with spending 3,000 bells on a backpack. Could I maybe get one you can actually put stuff inside? We may need to explore a longer time frame to get these flowers to do anything. I am a pretty busy person though. I don't know if I have time for this. These guys have new flowers. They're gonna be a little while to grow, but that might be a new color. These ones sprouted more, but those should just be more of the same. All the other ones look mostly the same. We'll give it another day or two. Now that I know the flowers are destructible, I want to cover the entire island in them. That way every time I walk anywhere, I'm destroying something. We did get a new color. Well, it's red and it's orange, but that's a new flower. So if the rest of you idiots wanted to follow suit at any time, another day later, you guys still don't want to do it? Do you know how long that takes me? And if I forgot I'd even put any up here. All these flowers have got to make my island rating go up. Okay, so we know what these flowers look like today. What happens if we skip ahead 40 years? Do they change a whole bunch or do they not change at all? Exactly 40 years later. And the flowers haven't changed at all. We must have not got 1 day of rain in between. But obviously you need to actually play on those rainy days for it to affect the flowers. I'm still very curious if my NPC trap would work if I fenced off this area going around the town center. Because if it does, this will just make things so much easier and more interesting for me. So to start, we're going to remove the one that didn't work. And then these houses are in the wrong spot anyway because I can't actually build up a wall here. I might be able to put a fence. I can build a fence that way, and I can build one that way, but I feel like that's not gonna work. I like cliffs better than fences anyway because I can actually climb right over them fairly easily without having to deconstruct them and reconstruct them. The problem with this though is that the town square is accessed from the dock, but some of the NPCs' houses are outside of these walls anyway, so I think the NPCs are all going to be free to roam all over the island anyways. I just need to find out how I can imprison them properly. That's all I want out of this. And they don't even care that much. Look how relaxed the penguin is over there. And we're gonna have to remove some flowers. Now that I've brought my prison wall all the way over here, I realize there's not really a way to block them on this side. They'll still have access to this full beach pretty much no matter what I do. Unless I put an item right here maybe. Because this is still a pretty big gap. Any NPC would be able to walk right through here and I can't build any walls and I'm pretty sure I can't build any fences. My strategy of blocking the way seems to have failed because things should always be able to walk along here. Maybe not though, hold on. I have literally made the perfect wall, an impassable barrier. Nothing can get by anymore, so I just need to go do the same on the other side and I think I've got this about done. They still have way more area than I wanted them to. but this will work for now. I've just got to block in these few houses real quick. I'm so good at this game. I just need one little thing to put in this gap and then they're blocked off in here. They'll never figure out how to get past this. And so far it kind of seems to be working because I've got NPCs mostly in this area, so they're very easy to find. I just need to see if any of the traveling ones also get trapped in this. Still bigger than I would have liked, but I just don't have the time right now to move all of these houses. I thought that was a real dog. Over to the other little area. So let's skip to Sunday when I know Turnip Lady's here and we'll see where she winds up. It's working perfectly so far. That cat wants to talk to me, but he can't get to me. But the real test is going to be seeing if anyone made it out past these walls and is wandering around out here. I just want to make them easy to find. So far they're all in the walls. Turnip Lady is going to be the test though. And how much do I need to buy from this guy before he's going to show up here on the island with a shop? I can only bury so much of his crap. Would also help if it was a Sunday today. Whoops. One real Sunday later and I've got 4 NPCs in a very small area, 5 NPCs. So this is working great. 6 NPCs, 7, 8. You know what? That's actually working great, and I can spread them into like a quarter of the area they're currently in. Just a matter of Turnip Lady, who so far is MIA. I've searched all this little area here unless she's really tucked into a corner, but I think she might be out beyond the wall. Okay, now's my opportunity. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Fall in. Get down there. Get in there. He's not falling in. Okay, I think we're successful. Gorilla, go away. I've got business. Well, that is a pretty good price for turnips. I just wanted to make sure you were trapped within my wall. So this seems to be working. I probably need another week or 2 to verify, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, so it's just a matter of what we can do with it from here. Definitely have a few good ideas of where I can go from here, but they're going to take a little bit of time. I'm actually impressed with how much junk I managed to spread around the island. Just one more step. You're that close already. The island feels so weird now. I don't have any frame of reference. There's no rivers, there's no hills, there's no anything, except for the occasional ramp on a hill. Ever wondered how long it would take to cover your entire island in flowers? I know I sure have. And that's exactly what I want to find out today. I want to make my whole island one consistent level, the ground level, remove all the trees, place all the buildings in a small area, and make this whole area flowers. So that means I've got to continue ignoring these people and move their houses somewhere into this little area into a tight space as possible. Which by itself is a very slow process because you can only move one a day and you have to go through every little thing like this to do it. Plus the cost of $50,000 per structure adds up. Now most of my first day is going to be removing cliffs, making the whole island one level, while the residents of the island slowly wander around doing nothing at all to help. Tomorrow, one of the houses is going to be there, now to go take care of some cliffs. Including the wall I built last time to trap the NPCs, which did seem to work, but it is currently in the way of my idea. And stuff like that can stay on the beaches. Stuff is going to be put on the beaches because that's out of the way. Flowers can't grow there. Any of the green area, that's what I'm after. I'm already sick of deconstructing cliffs, and I've only done about 30 of these so far. I think I'm only going to take the wall about this far back because this is probably going to be the end of the NPC zone in the end, and I don't want them to be able to get out and see my flowers. And to free up a little space in my backpack, I'm going to plant whatever flowers I have on me. I can't remember why I do, but this is just easy planting for me. These will spread by themselves eventually. And there's still lots of real estate available on the beach. So anytime I have something furniture related, it's going out here. Sometimes you just get a good feeling about a fish. And 100% of the time, it's something boring. Before I continue on annoying myself for moving cliffs, I'm going to free up just a little bit of space. By basically selling anything that's not bolted down, I'm going to need to move a lot of stuff around the island. So the more room in my backpack, the easier that is. I already hate this idea so much. This is going to take so long. I know it's going to be a cool result, but like 8 hours from now, I'm going to be very mad at this idea. And then there's all the spots like this that I very stupidly created around the island that I just have to fill in, and that's a lot of extra work in itself. And the trees. I'm going to have to remove a lot of trees, dig up the stumps, rinse, repeat. Mother Nature's just going to have to take one for the team. Everyone out there plant an extra tree for me. Mother Nature's actually fighting back, but that's not going to stop me. Nothing's going to stop me. And I don't know if it's good or bad that I already have so many flowers growing on my island, probably because I've already played through so many days. They're nice to have, but I'm going to have to transplant them. Really wish there was a faster way to do this. Fun fact, I've never once shot down a present. I've cleared this much space. That took a little while, but I'm making progress. I just really hope I'm gonna have enough space on my beaches to put all my stuff. Otherwise, my house storage might get full, and I don't want to walk all the way back to my house and load into it every single time. Well, if anything, this should stop pirates from coming ashore. There's probably so many people jealous of my beach right now. I kind of forgot about those ramps that I paid many hundreds of thousands of dollars for. Gonna have to see about removing those. Probably at a mega loss. And when I'm painstakingly transplanting flowers, I'm gonna try and mix up the colors a little bit and also also put little clusters all over the place. That way they can expand from multiple points, hopefully covering the ground sooner. Well, this beach is about full. Gonna have to start occupying a space up here, which is even bigger. This currently is the highest spot on my island, so I'm gonna have to dig out 3 different layers to get back down to the ground surface. That in itself is gonna take some time. Oh good, more bees. I was just thinking about how much I love to run all the way across my island. While I'm over here, let's make just a little more room. And probably also buy a few more tools that we're definitely going to need because we're going to go through a lot. Could I pay a little more for tools that actually last a little while? Like, could that be an option? Probably should have bought some medicine while I was there, but I just don't really learn. I used to feel like my island wasn't big enough. Now I can appreciate the size. Wasn't sure I was going to be able to do anything about the waterfalls. Luckily, it looks like I can just plug those right off. Those don't matter anymore. Thanks, Mother Nature. Finally ready to actually start removing this whole big piece. That by itself is going to take forever. Is there any fast and easy way to remove this? I really don't want to spend 45 minutes moving every single ramp. Maybe if I just hit it enough times, it'll go away. Well, for now, I can just kind of go like that and leave it there, so that's something. I like to remove the cliffs and shapes, just to keep it a little bit interesting, because this, believe it or not, isn't a lot of fun. Well, the top layer is done. Now for the even bigger lower layer. I had no idea there was actually beaches on the northern side of my island. Are those accessible? Oh, look at that. I had a beach here the whole time, had no idea. This is the final pillar of what used to be the highest spot in the island. There's still a lot to take out, but I'm gonna plant some flowers. We're making progress. I've also come to the conclusion that I probably don't need to move everyone else's house yet. I was going to put them all in one area so the flowers would have lots of room, but the flowers are going to have lots of room anyways. No matter where the houses are, they're going to be taking up space. We're still going to have the same amount of flowers in the end. The island already looks so much different without any hills and trees in the background. I just got awarded for breaking so many tools. What number are we up to? 50. I thought it'd be higher than that by now. I'll probably be up to 100 by the time I'm done with this stupid idea. You know what the problem with all these cliffs is? They get in the way of all my flowers. Alright, idiot stick, I'm gonna need you to move. I can't fill in the water until you're somewhere else. There you go. Good boy. That's right, you just sit there and enjoy all that water. I think the fact that I'm up to here means that I'm about halfway done clearing the island out, which is somehow motivating and heartbreaking all at the same time. I really should have just got a bunch of other people onto my island and made them do all the work. At this point, for some of these things like these hay beds lying around, I'm just gonna sell those. I'm not gonna go find them a new home. That's gonna take too much time. This is already gonna take so long. I'm just selling everything I can. Even as it is, I'm filling up my backpack with assorted crap very, very quickly because I put stuff all over the island. And here we go again. That's the 3rd time. At least I can finally get some of my money back for all that random stuff I bought. I can't wait to see all the cool flower colors I'm gonna get after these flowers grow for years and years. Before I started this, I actually thought the island leveling was gonna be the fast part and waiting for the flowers to grow was gonna be the long part. And I really, really hope I'm wrong about that. This is, however, going to be the cleanest my island has ever been. Did that guy just water one of my plants? I didn't know they would do that. While you're at it, sir, can you water the rest of them? Because I really need these to grow. But for an update, I did just clear out basically that entire area, so I'm just going to put the flowers down, and then I just got to do to the left, which should only take like 40 more hours. You again? Could you at least dig a hole or water some crops while you're going to be heading my way? It's going to be nice in a way to clear out this little cluster of trees because it's actually really hard to see through it. Can you believe all of this was hiding in there? I didn't think it was that many trees. Which again is great because I planted them all there, now I'm removing them all. Even just picking this stuff up from the ground takes an amazingly long time. Probably because there's this much of it though. I can't even carry it all in one go. I've got to come back for all that stuff still. And the value for that little cluster is only 9,300 bells. Some valuable resources in the wood, but not a lot of money. Some hours after we started, and this little elevated area you see here is the last area we need to bring down to ground elevation before we can start the actual flowers. This is it. This last pillar makes my whole island at sea level, if we can forget about things like the bridges and ramps for a minute. Still gotta figure those out. So no, it's really actually just a matter of removing a few trees and weeds around the island, and then we're good to start skipping time. Of course, we do gotta get rid of those ramps. Currently, this is what the whole northern section of my island looks like. Nothing but flowers and grass. They have nothing but room to spread, with the exception of a few small ramps. We'll start dealing with those tomorrow. But they have nothing but room to grow. All they need is water. I'm not going to manually water all these clusters every day. I'm just going to wait for rainy days. So yeah, a few weeds are going to grow in the meantime, but there's nothing I can do about that. The flowers will grow faster than the weeds, pretty confident of that. I'm actually impressed with how much junk I managed to spread around the island. Sorry people, but your furniture isn't flowers. Just one more step, you're that close already. The island feels so weird now. I don't have any frame of reference. There's no rivers, there's no hills, there's no anything, except for the occasional ramp on a hill. Just chop down the very last tree on the island, just gonna pick up the crap, sell it, plant a few flowers, and then we're good to go. If you're looking for some flowers, I know where there's going to be a lot shortly. I'm basically just gonna buy 5 of every flower you see here, just to fill in some of the kind of more barren spots right now. That way the flowers are sure to grow nice and even. As of right now, this seemed to be about the biggest bare spot I could find, so keep that in mind moving forward when we see how much these flowers close up the gaps. Alright, let's skip it ahead to tomorrow and see if we can remove some of those ramps and bridges. Officially, 1 day has passed. The flowers shouldn't have changed at all because they didn't get watered. But good news, it only cost 10,000 bells to remove a structure, so I probably have to spend less than 100,000 to remove stuff. The good news is I can demolish stuff from here. The bad news is 1 thing per day. And since it won't let me demolish anyone's home, the log bridge is the last thing to go. And in the 6 or so days it took me to demolish everything, we didn't get 1 single day of rain, so this might take a very long time. But on the bright side, I can finally make my island entirely level. Finally, after many hours, this is the last little bit of landscaping I need to do. Then I'm free to just skip through time endlessly until this island is covered in flowers. The hard part is over. No more effort. So I'll see you guys in 12 hours. Alright, I spent the last 2.5, almost 3 hours skipping through time. Just skipping through time looking for rainy days. Unfortunately, they're pretty rare. It seemed like I was lucky to get 1 in 10 for a rainy day, so my flowers aren't really growing nearly as fast as I thought they would. I figured after 3 hours, there would be some considerable growth, but so far, it's not nearly as dramatic as I had thought. There are new flowers there, they are multiplying, but to actually do this would probably take me another 10-12 hours at least. And I'm definitely getting more weeds and flowers anyway. This side did come in a little bit more because there were originally more flowers there anyway, along with the weeds. But some parts of the island do feel like they're more full of flowers, but no part is really up to where I wanted it to. I was hoping after a few hours it would just be flowers, nothing but flowers, so I guess we can chalk this one up to another failure. Interesting idea, but you know what? I don't have time. Maybe instead of carrying sticks around, you could water some of these flowers and help me out. You can never have too many espresso makers all over your island. They're 5,600 bells each, but I can still buy almost 20 of them right now. 20 espresso makers. Any island that has 20 espresso makers is a 5-star island in my book. Mom sent me a present. It's about time. It's probably the same thing she always gets me. Apparently, I missed her letters for a few years. So I think this garden lantern is going to look great right beside my lawnmower, which are going to go right here in between the flowers. This is going to be kind of the central theme to my island. Clutter amongst flowers. Don't you have a shop set up yet? I spent like $100,000 on you. Okay, let me buy some more stuff to convince you. Morning weirdos, I brought you some. What is that? I need the giant bear immediately. Only 8,500 bells? That's reasonable. I'm gonna build a shrine to this thing. I'm not allowed to sell the presents until after I open them, though everyone likes a surprise. But that's fine, that'll just be one extra step I have to take. Mom sent me 1 knapsack, tissue box, candle set, tissue box, tissue box. I don't even know how much I got for that stuff. I just didn't want it. My bear wants lots of space, so I'm gonna put him right here. Is that gonna be facing the right way? Good enough. The most painful part of this entire process is coming to see her every day and asking her what the island needs. Back to the Nook Stop, recipes and items. Next, we get a camping cot and a tricycle for the child in all of us. Although those aren't actually allowed on my island. Not unless I can sell them for profit to the neighbor island. Of everything I'm seeing here, the only thing I could possibly want is a robot hero for 5,000 Nook miles. That seems pretty expensive, but once I put that next to my bear, you'll understand. Oh, it gets a gray background. That means it's extra good, right? Wow, that's way harder than I thought to build. I've only found 1 gold nugget so far. I really want one of these. I just have no idea where to get that stuff. I want to see what this gold nugget is actually worth, considering I'm pretty sure this is the first one I've ever found. 10,000 bells. That's not bad for a single item I found in a rock. Oh, today it's just giving me coins. I don't want those. At least today it's raining. Every day it rains, I get like 1,000 new flowers expanding on my island. Those two are going to look really good in this little patch right up here. There's the cot and there's its matching tricycle. They come in a set, obviously. Decorate the island with items you've created. Listen, lady, I'm trying to build my giant robot. I'm having a tough time. I hope it's a functioning robot, then maybe I can use it to replace you. So what can I create that's super easy and cheap to create? The only thing I've really determined by looking around is that I don't have any resources on me. I'm gonna have to go visit an island and take everything they've got. In case you've ever wondered what I do when I'm not recording, I barely have enough miles left to visit an island after my robot purchase. And the hot item of the day is a natural garden table, so I get double the money for that, plus I get 5 times Nook miles on it. It's only 6,660 bells, but I want the miles more than anything. I'm gonna need an island with lots of resources. This looks like it might work. Thank you, island. You'll probably recover one day. Hope this plane can carry a lot of cargo. That's a little better. Look at all of our choices now. This is now the 10th item I've crafted. I'm gonna go put these all over the island. You know, in case someone wants to sit and watch the flowers grow. Pretty much all there is to do around here. Or drink from a pitcher next to a tiki torch. All sorts of options here. Or maybe some kid wants to play with these toys right next to this dangerous fire. At least we have ourselves another rainy day, and I finally have another workbench. Now I don't have to run all the way to Idiot to build stuff. Because you've been such a good island resident, here's a clump of weeds. Some clumps of weeds? Very cool. I've always said you were simple. Way to confirm it. She's doing that thing again that freaks me out. Still just only 3 stars? What about all the stuff on the beaches? Does that count for anything? More fencing. Seriously? You want more fencing? So about this giant robot, is it going to do more for me than the fencing will? I can make a little bit more fence right now, and I'm going to, begrudgingly. Since this is currently the most important thing on the island, I've got to build a fence around it. Yes, for fence, I give her fence, she still gives me 3 stars. Even more created items, she says, but this is the second time in a few days she's asked for it, so we gotta be getting close. Because people are obviously going to want to admire my bear, we're going to give them a bench to sit on right in front of it. Perfect. I'll even wait here and answer questions about the bear. That setup has to be worth some serious points. I'm sure some of these flowers are new colors. Listen, it's been days of listening to your requests. I need at least 4 stars. What is it with her and fencing? What does the fencing do? Okay, this should automatically make the island 5 stars. 130,000 bells, I think that's worth it. I mean, who wouldn't want to sit in that thing and watch the flowers grow? And since they love fences so much on this island, I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of different kinds. That way I'm sure to be able to make as many as possible. This one takes softwood, which is nice because my other ones don't, and this one's made out of iron nuggets, so that's super expensive, but I'll use iron if I have to. You know, in case someone just wants to lie on the ground and read a book next to a potted plant. I mean, I don't know what the people on this island like to do. They wander around and sing all day anyways. Even after placing more items and a little more fence, we still only have 3 stars. But I think I found a way to speed up this process. I looked up a guide on roughly what you need to get an upgraded island, and we need more ramps and or bridges. So let's talk infrastructure. I'm mostly going to go with inclines because bridges would involve making water and that's extra work. Natural ramps are the cheapest and easiest. We're going with those. That means we'll probably need to make a little withdrawal of about $300,000, so I'm going to take $400,000. I want to put the first ramp somewhere right here, that way we can look down on the bear and get a better view of it. But no, apparently we can't even simply do that, because we need actual cliffs to connect them to. I told myself I was never ever going to touch this tool again after flattening my entire island, because that wasn't a lot of fun for me. I forgot about that little thing. Well, we don't have to spend much time around it. We'll come back tomorrow to check that out. I forgot to pay this little thing yesterday, so it's going to be another day before our ramp is done. Hey, could you be a little bit more in the way of this very busy building? It's perfect. The only thing that would make it better would be another ramp. How have I never noticed this before? I need more points for this. I've got 4,500 now. I need 5,000 for Godzilla. Anyways, one thing at a time. Let's get another ramp started. But I'm going to need to change the layout a little bit in anticipation of Godzilla. I'm also going to need 2 more ramps somewhere else, so I'm going to build the cliffs for that right now. Simple and functional. And every day that I'm playing through building ramps, I'm also going to be ordering 5 things from Nook Shopping, because that's 5 more items I can add to my island. I figure someone might want to come around and read these magazines at some point, so I'll just leave them all over the ground. Some might consider this littering. I call this improving my island. And guess what we have enough for today? Monster statue. If Godzilla doesn't give me 5 stars, nothing will. Except maybe my robot, but I looked up what it's going to take to build that. I'm not building a robot anytime soon. And we've had a huge amount of rainy days. Those flowers have got to be spreading super fast. Today's the big day, because we finally get our monster statue. I can't wait to put that by the bear. And it's even bigger than I thought it was. That's perfect. Do we want it facing to the left or to the right? Probably to the left along with the bear. Bringing Godzilla to the island even gets you rewards. No matter what, this island will always have 5 stars in my heart. I put my other ramps over here just because I could. That should upgrade things nicely. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but I actually have a Godzilla statue on the island now, so please consider that when you evaluate my island. 4 stars! I knew they'd like it. She says more Nook Shopping. I hear more trees. Trees cost 640 for one, and I think I want about 120 of them, which is going to cost me $76,800. And there we go, 120 trees bought. Now I just need to find a place to plant them all. And I'm not going to do it anywhere near town because they get super annoying to have to navigate around. Luckily they are nice and quick to plant, and I'm going to space them out because I know they won't grow if there's anything right beside them. Even those two might be too close together. It is surprisingly hard to find a room for all these trees amongst all the flowers and crap I've got around my island now. And that's basically all of them. Just a few more to go. The island is going to look way different once she's actually grow. Then they're all going to be in my way again. But that many trees has to be pretty good for this star rating. Now it's really just a matter of collecting the mail every day, placing whatever crap I bought, and waiting for the trees to grow. And they do grow fast. This is 1 day later. And every day I'm just going to be buying whatever is cheaper of the 2 items. 5 per day. And a few rainy days along the way sure aren't gonna hurt. Looks like the trees are about done. My island's getting so full it's actually hard to walk through right now, which should be good for the star rating. I do kinda like the flowers amongst the trees vibe I have going on everywhere. It's mostly either flowers or trees, with the occasional utility sink thrown in for good measure. And with that climbing wall, we now have an island full of trees and tons of items, so let's go check our star rating. This might be worth 5 by now. Yeah, you get off my bench. No one else is allowed to look at my stuff. Get out of here. Go. They can look at it when they contribute in any way at all. I'm actually gonna have to save up some money pretty soon if this thing doesn't already have 5 stars. Running out here, and I think I have 100,000 in the bank. Actually, how do you even do the assessment? You go outside and look, or... Still sitting at 4 stars. All I'm gonna do from this point out is just add more furniture. Shouldn't be more than another week or 2. While I'm at it, I'm gonna craft everything I possibly can and place that all over the island too. Might as well. Any piece of furniture at this point's gonna help. And with that fence alone today, I've placed about 15 items plus this fence. I'm building a cage for you. Catching anything today? That's gotta be 5 stars. There's not even any room for any more items out there. Still only 4 stars, so that means I'm skipping a few years to save up some money. Not really sure at this point how much money it's gonna take to finish this little project. But the flowers are actually expanding all the way up to my town square now. $500,000 should probably be enough. Oh cool, they have the garbage can in stock. I'm gonna put these little rodents in here. Although they probably like it in there. Are you the kind of creatures that like garbage? Actually, you're living on my island, so of course you do. Just placed another 20 of basically these. That's gotta put me pretty close to 5 stars. That might even be 5 stars. There's so many items all over this island. Plus a Godzilla. That's gotta be worth 6 stars by itself. Still at 4 stars. Still, after all that. Bridges and inclines. That's the first time she's ever asked for that, so I think we're onto something. I just so happen to love to build inclines to nowhere. Since this is one of the few places left that are even big enough to have a ramp right now, I choose this one. It's perfect. They're totally not gonna regret letting me build a ramp in town. That thing you're doing right now? That's why I don't want to talk to you. And a few more delicately placed items. I placed your very expensive ramp. Can I please have my star now? Nope, that's still not good enough for them. Maybe they need another ramp. Hey, they finally gave me an app. Now I don't have to walk all the way over here to buy stuff. That is actually going to make a big difference because I don't have to walk all the way over here, walk all the way in, do all the animations. Not that they're bad, but after the 800th time watching them, I don't need to see them again. And that rewarded me with miles because I've done something. 2,000 miles. I know they said more furniture, but I heard another ramp. I've got so much furniture around this island, you can't walk anywhere without running into a ton of it. Still not there yet, so here's what I'm gonna do. Go and destroy yet another island for all its precious resources. This one will have lots of stuff for me. That should be more than enough stuff to craft everything I need. Because apparently DIY furniture is worth more than the other kind. Probably mostly because they've never actually seen anything I've crafted. I also built a little bit of new fence, so I'm just kind of placing that up here in what I'm calling the fence stump. Even now, after all these rainy days we've had, the flowers still aren't covering the entire island. So my idea before would have taken forever to actually accomplish. But they are still expanding at a pretty good rate. I'm pretty happy with the results so far. And after placing that log bench, I've just added, I believe, 21 new do-it-yourself items just today. So if that doesn't give me 5 stars, I'm not really sure what will. I mean, look at my island. It's either flowers, trees, or items on the ground. There's not really much real estate left to place anything. I could squeeze more things in, but I shouldn't have to. This is getting ridiculous. I'm actually getting lost because it all looks the same now. It's just clutter and flowers everywhere I look. I know you're busy. Please work with me here. 4 stars. Decorate the entire island, she says. Head to toe. I could barely fit anything else on the island. I've just now for the first time realized you can buy as many of these items as you want. So you can never have too many espresso makers all over your island. They're 5,600 bells each, but I can still buy almost 20 of them right now. 20 espresso makers. Any island that has 20 espresso makers is a 5-star island in my book. That's the final one. This is a well-caffeinated island. It obviously deserves the big 5. It actually worked! Espresso always works. When in doubt, go the caffeine route. Our island has become so popular that people dream about living here. You're welcome. I want to leave now. And now I get a recipe for a golden watering can. You know what I don't want? More work. I'm not watering anything ever. All it takes to make it is my super rare gold nugget plus a watering can. Well, that was fun. That took way more work than I thought it was going to, but we got there. Now, in case you want to see the entire disaster of my island, I'm going to run around right now. We'll maybe throw a little fast forward thing in. If you want to see how exactly this disaster got to where it is, I'll link a playlist in the description below. Dog, this is your last chance. If you want to stay here, do it now. Oh, turns out he actually does. Yep, you can be here. I've got to play a game. Now I don't really want you here anymore, but I'll give it one try. Which of these patterns is on the card? I don't know, a spade. I'm told we have an update. Unfortunately, these are still all over my island. But as long as I got these guys, we're gonna be okay. So, where's all the new stuff? Why are you wearing a helmet? I mean, I always thought you should have been, but why start now? Yes, I'm having a problem with one of the residents. There's like a moose or something wearing a helmet. It's Coach. He's gotta go. The way he dresses, I don't like it. Therefore, he has to leave his home. Get off my island. Thank you. I'll be back again tomorrow to complain further about Coach. The only thing I found so far is this. A brown herringbone wall. Good luck fishing on this island. The beaches are a little cluttered for some reason. They reduced our interest rates. That doesn't sound good. How am I gonna make money now? Hard work? Not to worry though, to make up for it, they gave me a bell bag rug. Or a world map. Okay. Yeah, hi weirdos. How much for these things? 6,160 bells isn't bad, but I doubt that's enough to make up for the interest rate I just lost. What did I do with all my money? I'm going to be earning no interest on $10,000 now. This is going to be rough. Well, it's nothing that hours of disposable time won't take care of. 4,000 bells? Over 60 years? What is this, real life? Don't get too comfortable. The mail wasn't lying. But at least this time I'll earn a little bit more money. I know it's been a little while, but we need to talk about Coach again. It's the way he talks. He just can't be here anymore. Right, I'll be back in like 800 years to discuss progress. Nature Day. I love celebrating nature. And a campsite visitor. This is just a gift that keeps on giving. I used to make 100,000 bells. Now I get 847. And Tom wants to see me. Great, Tom. I'd love to come talk to you. That thing's new. Coach is still here. You want a home on the island? Because I'm thinking about evicting Coach. Actually, I'm trying to evict Coach. I'm just not very successful yet. They sell rare flower seeds and shrubs. I would love some of those. I could water them with my golden watering can. I haven't made yet. Thank you for selling these rare things cheaply. Turns out I don't have a lot of money anymore. Hi, I'm here to celebrate nature and probably also take out a small loan. So I get special bonuses in my Nook miles for doing nature-friendly stuff. And shrub starts. Turns out I'm going to do that anyway. Lucky for me, so whatever. Easy miles. Which I'm then going to spend on tickets to other islands, which I'm going to completely destroy. Nature Day though, Tom's got a good thing going on. He's supporting eco-terrorism. One of each of these. Looks boring when they're planted, but I'm sure they'll be better in a few days. Thank you, Tom. I really appreciate 1,000 miles. Your generous contribution to eco-terrorism will not be forgotten. Tarantula Island, please. Okay, this isn't Tarantula Island, but I can make it into Tarantula Island, and that's what matters. This is probably all so good for the environment. I've now strip mined the island in a very environmentally friendly way. Now it's just the waiting game. Also, what is this? Giant water bug. One thing I didn't consider before I did this was the date. It is May. Tarantulas don't spawn in May. However, I understand that scorpions do. I'm not sure if scorpions can spawn in these conditions, but I'm gonna try because I've already put in all this effort. But so far it's mostly just been tiger beetles. I'm also getting conflicting data. Some say I can currently catch scorpions, some say it's after July, so I don't know what to think. Given that I haven't seen a scorpion yet, I'm kinda starting to worry. I can at least catch a few of these. These sell for 2,000 bells each. And there are lots of them spawning, probably for the same reason there would be tarantulas spawning, if they could. At least I can feel good knowing that I've left this island so barren that nothing is ever going to thrive here again. I just saw a scorpion. It scurried into the water for some reason, but there was one here. I just have to wait like 15 minutes for one to spawn, that's all. They're becoming more prevalent suddenly, but we do have a scorpion, so that proves they can spawn right now. When approaching these, it's good to use caution, otherwise it'll get you. Unfortunately, I lack even an ounce of patience, so this is going to be a painful process. Well, we're off to a good start again, but I think I can turn and grab it if I'm quick. Well, there's 8,000 bells. Just gotta find a million more. There was another scorpion, but again, it crashed into the water, so that might be a problem. There's another one, and it drops into the water. This is your fault. You didn't tell me there were scorpions here. Finally found another one. Now, as long as this idiot doesn't hit the water, we'll be okay. But also, since I'm finding like one of these every 10 minutes, I think I'm going to call it good. I've got lots of bugs, we'll make a little bit of money, that's good enough for me. Especially considering that 3 out of 4 of these scorpions hit the water as soon as I see them. Yep, this one just straight up disappeared by the time I got back here. These are Making progress. And how much for all of these very annoying bugs? 58 grand, I'll take it. That's a lot more than I had. Wait, what do you guys actually do with the bugs once I sell them to you? They probably eat them. They are bears after all. My bonus for the day is decorate with flowers. That's one I'm probably pretty good at. Customize items also has one too. So where am I going to find some flowers? That was alarmingly easy. And unless you want to sell me some rare shrubbery, you want to maybe move on? Oh, I almost forgot about Coach's eviction. Let's talk about Coach. How many strikes do they get before they get evicted? Oh, look who's having a tough day. There's something that's been on my mind. I'm on the fence about whether I should leave the island. I will give you a big push. Yep, good luck with your problems. It's decided, Stubble. I'm heading out to become a new coach. In fact, you should try and swim to the new island. That's the best way to leave. I'll even give you some rocks for good luck. Aren't these the things I already bought? I mean, I'll buy them, but I feel like I already bought them. Tomorrow, could you maybe bring some new stuff? I mean, these ones are good, I guess. Oh, and this moron will buy weeds for a high price. Though it's only twice what they normally pay, and that's not a very good price. Oh, and I already did the Nature Day thing, because... Oh, send gratitude with flowers. I didn't do it. Okay, well... I'm not really one for giving people gifts or sending them flowers, but as a gift to everyone, I made Coach leave the island, so that counts. Then again, if I want whatever the reward is, I probably need to do this. Yeah, I want to send this to a resident here. Coach would love a gift right now. Yeah, he can have that one. You think he's able to read that much? Even if not, he'll enjoy the flowers. Hopefully he gets this by tomorrow. Wasn't actually sure that was gonna work. 1,000 miles. Did he get my gift yet? Did he get my gift yet? This is exactly why you're leaving the island. Hey, look at that, it's a Sunday. Which means that my favorite turnip moron is going to be somewhere here on the island. There you are, way to be findable. For 92 bells, I think I probably will. Been a while since I had such little money, 710 turnips, can't wait to lose all of this again. Alright, I can't wait any longer, we've got to get rid of Coach. Tomorrow we get rid of Coach? I would have skipped an extra day. Oh, now he's going to get my flower. You owe me 200 bells. Alright, what's our magical mission for the day? Coconuts on the beach. Wow, that's actually horrible. I don't have any coconuts. Do these do anything? Don't mind me just using your reward miles to go pillage another island. I bet Coach had to take his time leaving. We could have found his replacement today at the same time. And I only need one coconut. So much effort for one coconut. Is this the rare fish island again? Someone once told me this was a rare fish island. I've caught one fish, if not special, I'm giving up. Yeah, I've got my coconut, I'm ready to go. So much effort for some stupid small reward. Unless it's another Godzilla, then anything is worth it. Okay, my 12 days of being eco-friendly are done. What's my reward? Yes, I've been really good about Nature Day. Very own hedges. Crafting my own hedges. Interesting. Looks pretty much like the shrubs I've been planting. They don't take much to build though. So let's give these little guys just one more day to see if they actually produce anything. That is one big pink panda. Unfortunately, I don't have any money. It is only 8,500 bells. Still don't have enough. And I guess this is really all these things do. We have a potential replacement for Coach already. You know what? It's already going to be better than Coach. Hello, googly-eyed dog. Would you like to live on my island? And their name is Bones. This is going to be a good fit. And he's even willing to give me stuff. Perfect. I might have to check back later. They don't seem interested in talking about living here yet. While I'm screwing around waiting, I forgot I still need to actually make my golden watering can. Which looks something like this. That's a watering can, sure is. So, does it water more? Does it do anything at all? Looks like the standard watering pattern so far. It might last longer or something. After a little research, I learned that the golden watering can in fact break. It waters 9 flowers at a time, which is a little more, and can turn black wilted flowers into golden flowers. I've never seen a black wilted flower, but as soon as I do, you better believe it's getting some water. Until then, I'm mostly just gonna wander around the island and hit people with my net. Turnip prices, any day now, they're gonna be worth it. Not today, but any day. Dog, this is your last chance. If you want to stay here, do it now. Oh, turns out he actually does. Yep, you can be here. I've got to play a game. Now I don't really want you here anymore, but I'll give it one try. Which of these patterns is on the card? I don't know, a spade. And it's a heart. Well, too bad for you. You wanted to play the game, you lose, now you don't get to live here. I was already sick of that idiot anyways. So about those turnip prices, could we maybe make them higher than 58 bells per turnip because I'm losing a lot of money? Since you're here today, I would love to buy some roses for a little project, but you're not selling any roses, so you're gonna have to wait. Yeah, if you really want to help, you can set up a full-time shop here and sell me some roses. Until then, I don't want to see you. Apparently those last few weeks put me over 2,000 now, so that gave me 2,000 Nook miles. How about today? Do you have something for me? Nope, nothing I want. Today is Saturday, so you know what that means? If I don't get really good prices on my turnips, I'm losing all of that hard-earned money. You guys had better give me what I want, or I'm going to evict you from the island. 43 bells is nowhere near good enough. I paid 93, I believe. I have one more try, this afternoon's prices. And the moment of truth. My final turnip prices are 39 bells per turnip. Wow, I didn't even know it could go that low, to be honest. What I can't help but find amusing is I think this is actually the second best I've ever done with the turnips. And that's at over 50% loss in my initial investment. But I still consider this a victory considering we got rid of Coach.